Chapter 425. Why is it like this? No, it can't be like this. Why are you doing this to me? I just came a tiny country. Why are there zombies falling from the sky? There are too many. There are too many zombies. We're finished. At this moment, hundreds of Dragon Nation women who had just entered Tiny Country couldn't help but feel terrified and desperate when they saw the large number of zombies running around in the distant city. They really couldn't understand why they had gone through so much to come to Tiny Country. But on the same day, a large number of zombies appeared in Tiny Country, even a tiny country that they thought was incomparably beautiful. At this moment, under the sweep of countless zombies, it was once again like purgatory on Earth. Zombies could be seen everywhere. Shrill screams filled the sky. People from Tiny Country could be seen everywhere being swarmed and devoured by zombies. Moreover, this large number of zombies was also crazily spreading in the cities of Tiny Country. However, this was only the beginning, because in the next 2 days, there were black holes everywhere in the sky, constantly teleporting out a large number of zombies. This made the small country, which was already like hell, even worse. Under the huge number of zombies, it became even more desperate. Even in the end, the small country had already invited their country's guardian beast, Orochi, to personally appear to suppress the situation. But there were still too many zombies. Moreover, even if Orochi was very powerful, he couldn't destroy the entire tiny country, right? Thus, Yamada no Orochi was in the same situation as Wang Mang, because this was not a problem that could be solved by force. On the contrary, it required a large number of members to clean up the zombies together, and it would take a lot of time. Therefore, even if Orochi had the strength of an Earth Immortal, or even stronger than an Earth Immortal, but in the face of the current situation, he was at a loss and couldn't deal with it at all, unless he killed the surviving people as well. In that case, it would be easy for him to destroy a small country the size of a province. Unfortunately, Orochi obviously wouldn't do that. If Tiny Country was destroyed, what kind of divine beast would it be? Because of this, in the next 2 days, Tiny Country became more and more chaotic. There were also more and more zombies. Although Orochi could stop a few of the zombies that came out of the black holes, it could even destroy these zombies as soon as they appeared. However, the problem was that there were simply too many black holes. It was as if a house was leaking. It wasn't just one spot that was leaking, but the entire roof was leaking. Yamada no Orochi, on the other hand, was like a house that could catch the zombies coming out of the black holes. However, there were too many black holes in Tiny Country. Zombies would appear in every black hole. It was like the zombies that came out of a black hole. It was afraid that the zombies would not be evenly distributed, so it directly took care of the entire small country. At the same time, the small country was once again faced with a massive wave of zombies. On the other side, in Guizhou province. At this moment, a miraculous scene occurred in Guizhou province. The number of zombies in Guizhou province had decreased significantly. In the past, zombies could be seen everywhere or even in huge numbers. In that case, the number of zombies in your province would have disappeared. In many cities, there were ruins everywhere, but the zombies were nowhere to be seen. Of course, it was impossible for the zombies to disappear on their own. On the contrary, these zombies were all sent away by the zombie emperor through the portal. Right now, the zombies in this tiny country were running rampant. It could even be said that the zombies had formed tide. Among them, most of the zombies were the original zombies of Guizhou province. Other than that, there were the zombies that were transported from the neighboring provinces. At this moment, in the city where the zombies were transported, at the top of a tall building, Wang Mang stood with his hands behind his back and quietly watched the zombie emperor, who was controlling a large number of zombies, to enter the portal. He couldn't help but laugh, because, under the supervision of Wang Mang, the zombie emperor, the number of zombies transported by the zombie emperor should have reached hundreds of millions. Moreover, it had only been 2 days. It had to be said that the zombie emperor's work efficiency was still very high. Wang Mang couldn't deny this. When the zombie emperor sent the last few batches of zombies into the portal, Wang Mang knew that the number of zombies transported by the zombie emperor was definitely over 100 million. In the next moment, in Wang Mang's mind, the system's familiar voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully completed the mission. Successfully transported 120 million zombies to tiny country. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully obtained 2 free evolution opportunities. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained the best quality blind box X2. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained diamond treasure chest X2. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtain a random draw opportunity X1. Ding. Accumulate to meet the evolution conditions. Begin evolution. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but be overjoyed. He himself was enough to evolve once. Now he had obtained so many good things. Obviously, these equipment were enough for him to evolve twice. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood was indescribably good. This mission was too easy. Alright, if this mission didn't have the portal and the zombie emperor, if Wang Mang wanted to complete the mission, it definitely wouldn't be so easy. Therefore, all of these were completely coincidental, and they were put together by chance. Therefore, he was able to complete the mission so easily. Right at this moment, the zombie emperor, however, flew in front of Wang Mang and said with a fawning smile, "You're right. Master, Gooden has successfully completed the mission. No less than 100 million zombies have been transported into the portal. In addition, Gooden has successfully cleared out the zombies in your province." After saying that, the zombie emperor looked at Wang Mang with a face full of anticipation. He really wanted to know the reward for completing the mission so well. What reward would Wang Mang, the master, give him? Thinking of this, the zombie emperor couldn't help but fantasize. His greatest desire was, of course, to be free, but he didn't dare to say it out loud. Similarly, he didn't dare to think about being free. He could only be extravagant. It would be good if there were other rewards. Looking at Gooden's fawning smile, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel a little helpless in his heart. This was a very good, very obedient servant. If it wasn't for the mission, Wang Mang really didn't mind staying and being his lackey. However, when he chose the mission, Wang Mang didn't think of letting him go. Therefore, it was destined that the zombie emperor would not be able to survive. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's face was full of smiles. He waved his hand enthusiastically and said, "Gooden, come here. I want to reward you well." Chapter 426. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the zombie royal king quickly squeezed out a smile and came forward to please him. But what the zombie royal king didn't know was that the zombie royal girl not far away was looking at him as if looking at a dead person. Because the zombie royal girl knew that Wang Mang was definitely not a good person. Sure enough, at this time, Wang Mang patted the zombie royal king's shoulder and said earnestly, "Go, Dan. Master still has a big matter for you to complete. But this task may be fatal. Are you willing to go through a mountain of swords and a sea of fire for me?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the zombie royal king suddenly felt bitter in his heart. Damn it, I just helped you complete a task, but you don't give me a reward, and you want me to risk my life? Damn it. Even modern capitalists don't exploit like this, right? Of course, this was the zombie royal king's thought. Seeing Wang Mang's expectant eyes, the zombie royal king immediately braced himself and said, "Master, Godan will definitely not let you down." Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately nodded with satisfaction and said, "Good. I'll fulfill your wish right now." As soon as his voice fell, Wang Mang silently said to the zombie royal king, "Erase consciousness." In the next moment, the zombie royal king trembled all over, then slowly raised his head to look at Wang Mang. His eyes were full of confusion, and he tried his best to ask, "Master, why do you still want to kill me?" Then, the zombie royal king directly fell to the ground below with a plop. It was accompanied by an earth-shattering sound. The zombie royal king, who had already turned into his dragon man form, smashed a huge pit in the ground. His huge corpse fell into the huge pit, and there was no sign of life at all. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang's heart ached, and he couldn't help but pretend to be sad and said, "Go Dan. My heart hurts when you die, like the pain of a broken arm." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded in Wang Mang's mind, frowny face ding. "Congratulations, host. Successfully completed the task." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 100 billion evolution points." Ding. "Congratulations, host. You've obtained a top-grade blind box X1." Ding. "Congratulations, host. You have received a designated lucky draw opportunity X1." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Diamond treasure chest X1." Ding. "The accumulation has met the evolution conditions. Do you want to start evolving?" After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang, who was still immersed in grief, suddenly changed his mind. His mood finally improved a lot. He had no other choice. The main reason was that this guy was too weak. But killing Go Dan was the reward for the mission. Also, Eggface was a land immortal, so he received quite a lot of rewards. Therefore, Wang Mang could only reluctantly part with it. At the same time, seeing that Wang Mang was putting on an act, the little royal girl couldn't help but be speechless. Originally, she was full of admiration for Wang Mang, but ever since she understood Wang Mang, she began to despise Wang Mang. Because in her eyes, Wang Mang was simply not one of those great heroes who stood at the pinnacle of the continent. On the contrary, he was a bit of a sinister villain. However, when she saw the corpse of the zombie Emperor King, her beautiful eyes couldn't help but light up, and then she rushed forward with a happy face. At the same time, this scene also fell into Wang Mang's eyes. Wang Mang, who was still sad about losing Go Dan, couldn't help but say angrily, "What are you doing?" As he spoke, Wang Mang descended from the sky and appeared beside Go Dan's corpse. After all, this Go Dan was still his subordinate. How could he easily hand it over to others to deal with? As the master, he had the most right to deal with the corpse of his subordinate. After seeing Wang Mang, the little zombie royal girl was somewhat surprised and puzzled. She asked, "Didn't you promise me? As long as you're done using him, you'll kill him and hand him over to me?" Hearing that, Wang Mang was so angry that he laughed. "When did I say that? I did say that I'll kill Go Dan, but I didn't say that I'll hand him over to you." After hearing Wang Mang's words, the little zombie royal girl was immediately enraged. She widened her beautiful eyes and looked at Wang Mang angrily. "You lied to me again. What did I lie to you?" Wang Mang was speechless. He did say that after using Go Dan, he would kill Go Dan, but he didn't say that after killing Go Dan, he would hand him over to the little girl. At this moment, the little girl was so angry that her face was pale and her whole body was trembling. Her beautiful eyes looked at Wang Mang angrily, and she gritted her teeth. "I'll never believe you again." After saying that, she turned around angrily and was about to leave. She was really angry at Wang Mang's shamelessness. Seeing that, Wang Mang quickly shouted, "Don't you want his bloodline? Just do it and it's done. But as for the corpse, I definitely can't give it to you. Besides, can you even eat such a big corpse?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the little girl nodded seriously and said, "I can eat it. I can also transform, although I can't transform into a dragonoid. Can you give it to me to eat?" Wang Mang was astonished when he heard that. "Io, you can really eat it? Forget about it. He's my subordinate. It's good enough that I can draw his blood and give you a bloodline. Besides, although he's only been my subordinate for 2 days, as his master, I have to take care of his corpse." Seeing Wang Mang's hypocritical look, the little girl looked at Wang Mang mockingly, and then turned into a pitch-black monster. But when he saw the monster that the little girl turned into, Wang Mang was stunned. Because the appearance of her transformation was very similar to a movie that Wang Mang had seen before. This movie was Venom. Yes, this guy's transformation was very similar to Venom. It looked equally ferocious and terrifying, and the murderous aura around it was even stronger. Then, Wang Mang saw a scene that surprised him. The little girl's black hand turned into a sharp claw. Then, her hand easily pierced into the zombie emperor's chest. After a while, a heart wrapped in black mucus was pulled out by her. Then, under Wang Mang's surprised gaze, the heart, which was covered in black mucus, was eaten by the little zombie royal girl. After eating the heart, the little zombie royal girl nodded in satisfaction and ran off into the distance. Not long after, the little girl's voice came from afar. "See you later." "Oh no. See you never." Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was speechless. Damn it. She ran away after eating it? She didn't even know how to say thank you? She was still a zombie emperor? She was simply too rude. Wang Mang secretly shook his head. Thinking that the other party had once provided him with help, he was too lazy to argue with her. Then, Wang Mang's gaze fell on the huge corpse in front of him. In the next moment, Wang Mang couldn't wait to transform into his huge body. At the same time, his huge body quickly wrapped around the corpse of the zombie emperor. Then, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth and swallowed the zombie emperor into his stomach. In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations to the host. Devouring the land, God-level zombie emperor. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained 120 billion evolution points. Ding. Accumulate to meet the evolution conditions. Begin evolution." Chapter 427. No! After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but be overjoyed. For a moment, even the sadness of losing his subordinates was swept away. That was because the rewards he had accumulated for completing the 2 missions, as well as the other rewards, were too much. Wang Mang even predicted that the accumulation of the rewards this time might be enough for him to evolve 4 or 5 times. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't be more excited. Damn it, this time his strength would definitely soar by a lot. For a moment, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh with emotion. He didn't expect that ever since his strength soared to the land immortal level, the speed at which he increased his strength began to increase once again. In the past, before his strength reached the land immortal level, his strength was increasing at an extremely slow rate. Especially when he was close to the land immortal level, it was unbelievably slow. Fortunately, the speed at which his strength soared was getting faster and faster. After coming back to his senses, Wang Mang couldn't wait to find a place to increase his strength. With that thought, Wang Mang transformed into his original form, with 8 wings on his back, and his huge body soared into the sky. At this moment, before Wang Mang increased his strength, he also had to convey this news to his father. A few minutes later, Wang Mang arrived at his father's armed base. Similarly, he told his father the news of the zombies in your province being cleared. After hearing this news, his father was even more ecstatic. "Great, great. Son, father will bring people to clear out all the zombies in your province." After that, his father ignored Wang Mang. He immediately ran out of the fortress and began to organize the members to take action. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was also a little speechless, but he didn't care. It just so happened that his father was busy, and so was he. It was a good time to increase his strength. After his father left, Wang Mang also left the fortress, transformed into his huge body, and soared into the sky. In less than half an hour, Wang Mang had already arrived at his family's reservoir. Wang Mang, who had transformed into his human form, quickly arrived outside the mansion with his hands behind his back. However, what surprised Wang Mang was that, the 2 great demons guarding the cave abode were not present. From Wang Mang's point of view, these 2 fellows probably went to increase their strength. After all, Wang Mang came back more frequently now, and he would be back in a few days. Compared to the past, he would often go on long trips, but it was completely different now. Of course, even if there were no demons guarding Wang Mang's cave abode, the entire forest was filled with his tyrannical aura. From Wang Mang's point of view, no ordinary person would dare to step into his territory. Therefore, after entering the cave, Wang Mang, who was in a good mood, prepared to organize his recent gains. This was because he had gained too much recently. He didn't even know how much he had accumulated. In the next moment, Wang Mang said joyfully in his heart, "System, open your personal information." Then, his personal information immediately appeared before his eyes. Host: Wang Mang identity, 5 mountain god type, 8-winged, 3-headed python cultivation, 9,300 years, earth immortal, body, 284 meters long, 16 meters wide, 30 million kilograms weight, 30 million kilograms bite force, 200 kilometers per hour. Divine ability: King's slavery, soul controlling seal, broken body rebirth, destructive laser, destructive sea of flames, eternal frost, heaven flight, earth escape, wishful bone spur, thunder spell, one step in the world, 10,000 changes. Space, information detection, immortal plate X1, free chance to upgrade divine ability X1, divine ability lottery chance X1, mesmerizing fragrance X1, best quality blind box X3, designated lottery chance X1, diamond treasure chest X3, random lottery chance X1, free chance to evolve X2. Luck, 299, flood of fortune. Evolution points, 410 billion/180 billion current ranking. World's strongest ranking 16. Changes may occur at any time. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. As expected, the evolution points he accumulated this time were more abundant than he had imagined. Just the evolution points alone were enough for him to evolve twice. This did not include the 2 free chances to evolve. There were also a lot of treasure chests, blind boxes, and lottery chances. It could be said that if Wang Mang really wanted to evolve 5 times in a row, the possibility was set in stone. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's heart was filled with joy. If he evolved 5 times in a row, his strength would definitely increase crazily. After all, once he evolved 5 times in a row, his cultivation would reach 9,800 years. This kind of strength would be comparable to the Lord of the 18 layers of hell. At that time, the Lord of Hell would definitely not be his opponent. After all, if they were at the same cultivation level, Wang Mang would completely crush them. Thinking about this, Wang Mang could not help but look forward to it. The only thing that surprised Wang Mang was that, if he wanted to evolve 5 times in a row, his template would need to be changed. This was because the speed at which he increased his strength was too fast. Of course, Wang Mang was not in a hurry to change his template. This was because he still had a lottery chance. It could be said that he did not need to worry about the template. On the other hand, Wang Mang felt that he should open all the good things. At that time, once he accumulated enough evolution points and obtained a template, he could evolve 5 times in a row and increase his strength. After sorting out his thoughts, Wang Mang could not help but feel happy. Then, Wang Mang fell into a dilemma. Oh my god, what should I open first? Top quality blind box? Or diamond treasure chest? Oh my god. The more Wang Mang thought about it, the more confused he became. Then, Wang Mang decided to open the diamond treasure chest first. With this thought, Wang Mang joyfully muttered in his heart, "System, open the diamond treasure chest." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the diamond treasure chest." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 10 billion evolution points." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained a hollowed-out thong." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtain a bottle of 6 Gods Floral Dew." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtain a black D cup bra." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtain an automatic razor." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 30 billion evolution points." After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang's gloomy mood finally became happy. Originally, he thought that he would definitely lose money from opening the diamond treasure chest. After all, he had given some trash. Luckily, he received 30 billion evolution points in the end. In other words, he did not lose money from opening the diamond treasure chest. On the contrary, opening a diamond treasure chest with 40 billion evolution points was already very good. Thinking about this, Wang Mang could not help but say in his heart, "System, open another diamond treasure chest for me." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the diamond treasure chest." Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtain a box of birth control pills. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtain a set of sexy clothes. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained a super telescope. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained a box of drinks and 6 nuclear bombs. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 50 billion evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained a special prison soap. Chapter 428. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was speechless. Although he had obtained 50 billion evolution points, it could be considered a profit. However, this diamond treasure chest was too melodramatic. What kind of things did it give? 6 nuclear bombs? Prison version of soap? Who the hell wants to pick up soap in prison? It was also a huge mess. Wang Mang was speechless. Luckily, he had obtained 50 billion evolution points. Otherwise, Wang Mang really had the urge to hug his head and cry. Naturally, according to his previous experience of opening the diamond treasure chest, his luck was quite good. 2 diamond treasure chests, and he had obtained 90 billion evolution points. Thinking about this, Wang Mang prepared to continue working hard. It would be great if he could open another diamond treasure chest and obtain another 50 billion evolution points. Thinking about this, Wang Mang once again said in his heart, "System, open the diamond treasure chest again." In the next moment, the system's voice rang again. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the diamond treasure chest. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained Yunnan Baiyao toothpaste. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained internet celebrity sister Feng's underwear. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained Xiao by Luo's sexy underwear. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained Ida Amaze sexy underwear. Ding! Item host. Obtained T Lowly JK's underwear. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained Annie's pickled pepper chicken feet. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was completely dumbfounded. What the fuck? What the fuck? There was not a single evolution point. I must have opened AF * King fake treasure chest. To tell the truth, the diamond treasure chest did not give him a single evolution point. Wang Mang felt that it was inconceivable. This was the first time he had encountered this kind of situation. Moreover, the things that he had opened made Wang Mang unable to look straight at them. What the F * CK are they driving? It was all underwear. What use did he have for these underwear? For a moment, Wang Mang did not know what to say. This was too F * King melodramatic. This diamond treasure chest was the trashiest treasure chest Wang Mang had ever opened. There was no other. All of them were trash. Damn it. This had broken Wang Mang's understanding of the diamond treasure chest. Under the gloominess, Wang Mang took a long time to recover. Then, Wang Mang gritted his teeth. System. Open the blind treasure chest. It was clear that Wang Mang was not in a good mood after obtaining only 90 billion evolution points from 3 diamond chests. In the next moment, the system's voice rang. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the blind treasure chest. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a set of underwear from the Dragon Nation's female star surnamed Yang. Hearing the system's first reward, Wang Mang could not help but feel a chill in his heart. Damn it, this blind treasure chest wouldn't continue the underwear series, right? In truth, Wang Mang was a bit panicked. At the same time, Wang Mang was about to collapse. He could only pray that the system would not continue with the underwear series. His blind treasure chest should not be wasted like this. After all, he had obtained these boxes through hard work from completing missions. At this time, the system's voice rang for the second time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a pure chastity belt. Damn it. Again? Damn it, I was just talking about the underwear series. Now it's changing to something else? For a moment, Wang Mang could not help but curse in his heart. He even had a premonition that this blind treasure chest would also lose everything, right? Just as Wang Mang was feeling incomparably apprehensive. Another minute passed. The system's voice rang for the third time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a fitness hula hoop. Damn it. After listening to the third reward, Wang Mang's heart was once again broken. This was because this blind treasure chest had already given out trash 3 times. If the last 3 rewards were still like this, Wang Mang's blind treasure chest would really be wasted. No, it wouldn't even be considered wasted. Instead, he was filled with anger. At this time, the system's voice rang for the 4th time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 10 billion evolution points. After hearing the 4th reward, Wang Mang secretly let out a sigh of relief. In the past, Wang Mang would definitely not be satisfied with 10 billion evolution points. However, it was different now. At least Wang Mang knew this blind treasure chest would not be completely wasted. At the same time, it gave Wang Mang some hope. As Wang Mang waited, the system's voice rang for the 5th time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 40 billion evolution points. After hearing this, Wang Mang truly let out a sigh of relief. This blind treasure chest had already given him 50 billion evolution points. This should be considered a profit. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood turned from gloomy to sunny. Another minute passed. The system's voice rang for the 6th time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 50 billion evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, only then did Wang Mang become completely happy. Not bad. Not bad at all. A blind treasure chest had given him 100 billion evolution points. What was there to be dissatisfied with? It could be said that Wang Mang did not suffer a loss from this blind treasure chest. On the contrary, he had thoroughly profited. At this point, Wang Mang's depression from opening the diamond treasure chest was swept away. Right now, he had accumulated 600 billion evolution points. According to Wang Mang's guess, this evolution point might not be long before it was replaced by a new energy unit. However, Wang Mang did not care about this. This was something that the system should worry about. He did not need to worry about it all. Anyways, Wang Mang's daily routine was to increase his strength, become stronger, and become stronger. Thinking about this, Wang Mang, who was in a good mood, decided to continue opening the blind treasure chest. This was because 600 billion evolution points was still not enough for Wang Mang to evolve 3 times. Thus, if he wanted to evolve 3 times, he would need at least 600 billion evolution points. Then, Wang Mang said without hesitation, "System, open the blind treasure chest again." In the next moment, the system's voice rang. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the blind treasure chest. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtain a box of rainbow candy. Hearing the system's first announcement, Wang Mang was speechless. Although he was a bit depressed, after the previous blind treasure chest, Wang Mang was still able to remain calm. At this time, the system's voice rang again. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a clam air conditioner. The system was so considerate. It was summer, and it even gave him an air conditioner. Wang Mang, who was speechless, only wanted to say to the system, "I want to curse, but I don't know if I should say it." Of course, in order to prevent the system from maliciously deducting his evolution points, Wang Mang was only thinking about it in his heart. At this time, the system's voice rang for the 3rd time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained. Chapter 429. At this time, the system's voice sounded for the 3rd time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. You have obtained a melodramatic urban romance novel. Damn, system, I think you're quite melodramatic. This is the 3rd time it's been given out, and it's even a top-grade blind box. Damn it, look at what you've gotten. Fine. Actually, Wang Mang was just grumbling in his heart. After a minute, the system's voice sounded for the 4th time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 20 billion evolution points. After listening to the 4th time, Wang Mang finally felt a bit comforted. Although the evolution points were not much, it meant that he would not lose as much as the diamond treasure chest. At this time, the system's voice sounded for the 5th time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Obtain a course of AIDS blocking medicine. Love your sister. I've been single for so long. System, please be a human. Can't you give me something normal? To be honest, Wang Mang was helpless. He was about to be defeated by the system's crazy operation. First, it was the underwear series. Now it's even medicine. Speaking from the bottom of his heart, Wang Mang felt that all the condoms, silicone dolls, and sexy underwear that he had obtained for such a long time were just too much. With all these things added together, it would be enough for him to open an adult store, just when Wang Mang was feeling depressed. The system's voice sounded for the sixth time, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 30 billion evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang felt a lot better. Although this top-grade blind box did not have as much as the previous one, it still gave him 50 billion evolution points. However, it allowed him to obtain 50 billion evolution points. Overall, he did not suffer too much of a loss. Moreover, he had accumulated 650 billion evolution points. Logically speaking, 3 evolutions should be enough. However, after thinking about it, he opened 2 blind boxes. He might as well open the last one. With that thought, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, System, open the last top-grade blind box. The next moment, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully activated the top-grade blind box. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a Porsche 918. Sure, very good. They actually gave him a sports car. What else could Wang Mang say? He only wanted to exhale. 1 minute later, the system's voice sounded for the second time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a McLaren P1. What a guy. System, are you going to give me another sport car series? The problem is that I am a snake. What's the point of giving me a sports car? Moreover, the world was in chaos now. Don't tell me you want me to drive a sports car to the city to flirt with girls? At this moment, the system's voice sounded for the third time, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. You received a Lamborghini. Although he was mentally prepared, Wang Mang still felt very angry. This was the third time the system had given out a prize. In the end, it really gave him a sports car series. It could be said that Wang Mang even had the heart to die. 1 minute later, Wang Mang's gloomy mood passed. At the same time, the system's voice sounded for the fourth time. Ding! Congratulations, host. 30 billion evolution points. Not bad. Not bad at all. Finally, I got an evolution point. Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. The previous 3 prizes almost made him explode in anger. At this moment, the system's voice sounded for the 5th time, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 20 billion evolution points. Nice. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang secretly let out a sigh of relief. This way, the top-grade blind box could be considered profit. As for the last prize, even if it was trash, it was not important. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood became more relaxed. Not long after, the system's voice sounded for the 6th time, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtain a one-time mission free whore card. Note, after using the one-time mission free whore card, you can whore any mission you choose for free. In a situation where the mission is difficult to complete, after using the free whore card, the mission will be considered completed. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was completely stunned. Damn, finally, something good came out of it. This one-time mission free whore card. After listening to the system's explanation, Wang Mang knew that it was something good. He did not need to complete the mission, or if he encountered a difficult mission, he could use it to complete the mission for free. This was simply too awesome. If he encountered a difficult mission next time, he could not complete it. If he coveted the huge amount of rewards, he could directly use the free whore card to complete the mission for free. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood became even more excited. This is a good thing. It was definitely a good thing. It was even more awesome than the designated lottery chance. In short, it was extremely awesome. It was something that Wang Mang wanted, especially when he thought about it. If he had such a free whore card in the past, his strength would have increased by leaps and bounds. It must be known that Wang Mang had encountered a mission in the past that allowed him to evolve 99 times for free. If Wang Mang had such a free whore card at that time, he would have sword. Sigh, how great would it have been if you had given me one earlier? I would not have to work so hard to complete missions. No, how good would it be if I could whore for free forever? Thinking about this, Wang Mang sighed with emotion, but his mood became even better. This top-quality blind box was not a loss at all. It could even be said that it was the most awesome of the 3 top-quality blind boxes. Not for anything else. It was because of this free whore card. It was worth at least 100 billion evolution points. It could only be high. Thus, Wang Mang's mood was naturally a lot better, especially when he thought about how his evolution points might have reached 700 billion. Wang Mang could not help but feel excited. Should he open more things and accumulate a trillion evolution points? This idea suddenly popped up in his mind. However, Wang Mang also remembered that he seemed to have finished opening all the items. There were only 2 random draws left. Thinking about this, Wang Mang hesitated for a bit and decided to give it a try. Since there were only a few chances left, Wang Mang did not think that he would be able to get anything good. Furthermore, his evolution points had already reached 3 chances to evolve. This time, he would definitely be able to evolve 5 times in a row. Thinking about this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, use the random lottery." Then, the system's voice sounded, "Ding. Congratulations, host. You have successfully used the random lottery." Then, a lucky compass appeared in Wang Mang's mind. When he saw the prizes on the lucky compass, Wang Mang could not help but be stunned. This was because the 9 prizes were 900 billion evolution points, 800 billion evolution points, 100 billion evolution points, 1-time mission-free whore card X1, 3-rank ranker summon card, random pet lottery card X1, 5-rank ranker summon card, 4-rank ranker summon card, random ranker summon card. Chapter 430. This was also the reason why Wang Mang was so shocked. Because the 9 prizes were guaranteed to be worth at least 100 billion evolution points. Could it be that it had been too long since he used the random lottery? So the system directly arranged a wave of good things for him? Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be excited. Especially when Wang Mang saw the summoning card under the rank 5 powerhouse, his eyes almost popped out. Summoning card under the rank 5 powerhouse. What kind of concept was this? The current demon Lord Chong Lu was only at the peak of rank 4. If there was a summoning card under the rank 5 powerhouse, wouldn't it be able to directly summon a rank 5 powerhouse? Wang Mang felt that he could be invincible, because the starting point of a rank 5 powerhouse was Daluo. The mythical Daluo. What was a Daluo? It was a Daluo golden immortal. Damn it, in the mythical legends, reaching Daluo was immortal, transcending time and space. It was really jumping out of the 3 realms, not in the 5 elements, although he didn't know how powerful it was. But a rank 5 powerhouse was really terrifying. Wang Mang knew this. After all, a rank 4 powerhouse could already create a world. Not to mention how powerful a rank 5 powerhouse was. It was estimated that it was at least a cow standing upside down. Similarly, other than this thing, there were really a lot of good things. Free whore card, summoning card under the rank 3 powerhouse, and a huge amount of evolution points. It could be said that the rewards of this random lottery were simply very high. This also made Wang Mang, who didn't care about this random lottery, start to look forward to it. Not long after, the lucky compass started to spin quickly. Similarly, Wang Mang also started to look forward to it. After all, there were indeed a lot of good things. 1 minute later, the lucky compass that was spinning at high speed slowed down. Then, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. "Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 100 billion evolution points." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was also very helpless. Damn it, this random lottery. It really gave him the most rubbish one. It was no exaggeration to say that he was greatly disappointed. However, fortunately, This was a random lottery. Wang Mang didn't suffer too much of a loss. On the contrary, it was not an exaggeration to say that it was a huge profit. This was because he had obtained a lot of evolution points this time. Every prize was of a higher quality than the previous random draws. Forget it. 100 billion evolution points was not bad. Wang Mang comforted himself. After all, the lucky draw had already ended. What else could Wang Mang say? Alas, if I had known earlier, I would have kept the one-time designated prize card. Next time when I get something good, I must save it for the best time to use it. Wang Mang couldn't help but mutter to himself in his heart. However, his evolution points had reached 800 billion. Wang Mang was in a very good mood. This was probably the first time he had accumulated so many evolution points. 800 billion evolution points might not be enough for 4 evolutions. However, 3 evolutions were more than enough. But don't forget, he still had 2 free evolution opportunities. In other words, even if Wang Mang evolved 5 times in a row, he would still have a lot of evolution points left. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but want to evolve. He even wanted to evolve immediately. However, Wang Mang knew that if he wanted to evolve 5 times in a row, he still had to pass a hurdle. That was to obtain a new template. If there was no new template, Wang Mang's current template had an upper limit of 300 meters. However, the problem was that Wang Mang was already 280 meters long. If he evolved 5 times in a row, the current template was not enough. Thinking of this, Wang Mang knew he had to draw a new template. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was also looking forward to the new template. What would his new template be like? Although Wang Mang felt that the template in front of him was not bad. However, if he used the same template for a long time, he would feel bored. Moreover, as his strength increased, his template would definitely be changed. At the same time, his physical appearance was constantly changing with each evolution, especially the most intuitive changes brought by each new template. That was his appearance, body shape, and magical powers. Subsequently, Wang Mang couldn't help but say in his heart, "System, use the designated lottery chance. Designate the lottery direction. Template." The next moment, the system's voice sounded, "Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully used template." Subsequently, in Wang Mang's mind, a lucky compass appeared again. When he saw the 9 prizes on the lucky compass, Wang Mang couldn't help but be happy. This was because the 9 prizes were as follows: frowny face template, 9-clawed golden dragon, template, 8-winged black dragon, template, starry sky python, template, ancient hell python, template, 5 elements true dragon, template, 9-colored glass python, template, 8-winged demon dragon, template, universe void python, template, primal chaos thousand snake ancestor. This was also the reason why Wang Mang was so happy after looking at the lucky compass. Because the template this time, all 9 prizes were templates. However, what made Wang Mang a little conflicted was, which of these 9 templates was better? To be honest, in the past, Wang Mang could still rely on the things he had obtained to determine whether it was good or bad. However, templates were really hard to determine. You said that the Python's template was not good? Just listen to how awesome the template's name was. Just as Wang Mang was conflicted, the lucky compass in his mind began to spin rapidly. At this time, Wang Mang was extremely nervous. Right now, he only hoped that he could draw a template that was a little more powerful and awesome. After all, if nothing unexpected happened, this template would probably take some time. In addition, it wasn't that Wang Mang didn't have any requirements for Wang Mang. It would be best if his body shape was awesome. Right at this moment, the lucky compass, which was spinning rapidly, began to slow down. Similarly, Wang Mang was also extremely nervous, because drawing a template was not a lottery. After all, once he drew it, he could only use it. He couldn't think of a way to get a designated lottery chance and draw a new template, right? Besides, how could it be so easy to get a designated lottery ticket? It could be said that in Wang Mang's opinion, this was a designated lottery chance. It was even harder to get than a top-grade blind box. Right at this moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. "Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained Chapter 431. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained the Giant Python of Starry Sky template. Note: the Giant Python of Starry Sky is said to be a giant python that lives in the endless universe. Its body length can reach up to 400 meters. Note: this template is an ordinary Giant Python of Starry Sky template. The Giant Python of Starry Sky has a strict hierarchy. The strength of the bloodline determines the achievement. Note: the Giant Python of Starry Sky template that the host has obtained is the lowest level of ordinary Giant Python of Starry Sky template. Ding! Detected that the host has obtained a more powerful template. Do you want to replace it? After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned. He didn't expect to really obtain the Giant Python of Starry Sky template. Moreover, according to the system's explanation, this Starry Sky template was very powerful. It was very powerful. He didn't know how powerful the most powerful Giant Python of Starry Sky template would be. Although Wang Mang was also very curious, he didn't ask further. At the same time, Wang Mang also said in his heart, "System, replace the template." The next moment, Wang Mang felt as if something was being removed from his body. This feeling was a little painful, but fortunately, Wang Mang could still bear it. Not long after, this painful feeling disappeared. On the contrary, Wang Mang felt as if something had entered his body again. At the same time, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained the template's new divine power, Star Destruction. Star Destruction. When the power reaches a certain level, the power displayed can reach destructive damage. Disadvantage: host, please discover it yourself. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained the template's new divine power, Vortex Black Hole. Vortex Black Hole. After the host uses it, it can be used to offset the enemy's attack. The maximum offset of the target's attack cannot exceed double the damage of the user's own attack. Disadvantage: host, please discover it yourself. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained the template's new divine power, Eye of Sin. Eye of Sin. After the host uses it, the user's eyes can unleash 3 times the maximum damage of a user's own divine power. Disadvantage: host, please discover it yourself. Ding! Successfully removed the old template's divine power, Destructive Laser Beam. Ding! Successfully removed the old template's new divine power, Destructive Fire Sea. Ding! Successfully removed the old template's new divine power, Eternal Frost. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh. This time, with the change of the template, he obtained a new divine ability. At the same time, he also lost 3 of his old divine abilities. However, judging from his strength of the template, the new template divine art he obtained would not be any weaker than the old template divine art. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but look forward to it. He also wanted to know what would happen after his strength skyrocketed. What level would his battle prowess reach? Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't wait to evolve. He didn't lack templates, evolution points, or anything else. With that thought, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, begin the evolution." The next moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Successfully deducted 180 billion evolution points. Beginning evolution. Gentle reminder: after this evolution, the data will change greatly. Host, please be mentally prepared. After that, Wang Mang completely lost consciousness in the midst of his evolution. Moreover, this evolution took a full half a day. When Wang Mang completely woke up from the evolution, Wang Mang discovered that there were huge changes in his body. First of all, his body had changed too much. His once pitch-black body now had many star-like spots, which looked a little dazzling. Other than that, he still retained one of his horns. Moreover, this pair of horns could be retracted freely like 8 wings. This was something Wang Mang didn't expect. He also didn't expect that not only could he retain his wings, but he could also retain his horns. Of course, other than the huge changes in his body, Wang Mang's other changes were also very obvious. For example, the change in size. His current size had become even larger. Moreover, it gave people the impression that his body had already separated from his physical body. However, there was no steel-like attribute. On the contrary, Wang Meng's body seemed to have an indescribable sense of heaviness, because on the surface of Wang Meng's huge body, it was still generally black. However, there were small star-like spots, as if it had turned into a part of the night. Other than that, in fact, the changes in his body were even greater than the changes in his body. Wang Meng could feel that his strength, and even the immortal qi in his body, was even greater. It flowed through his entire body, endlessly flowing, endlessly flowing. Under this inconspicuous body, there was an unimaginable power. This feeling, it seems that my strength has increased by at least 10 times. Could it be that the 5 consecutive evolutions this time really increased my strength by so much? Thinking of this, Wang Meng couldn't help but feel a little emotional. However, although he didn't know how much the specific increase was, Wang Meng didn't care. Looking at his personal information, he knew that the data had changed. Moreover, if he didn't remember wrongly, during the evolution, the system had reminded him that the evolution data this time seemed to have changed quite a lot. Other than that, it was worth mentioning. His first 3 evolutions used evolution points. The first one was 180 billion evolution points. The second one was 200 billion evolution points. The third one was 220 billion evolution points. The fourth and fifth evolution, Wang Meng, on the other hand, used 2 free evolution opportunities. Thinking of this, Wang Meng couldn't help but be curious. Was the data change this time really that big? Thinking of this, he silently said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." The next moment, personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Meng identity, 5 mountain god type, starry sky, python cultivation, 9,800 years, peak of earth immortal, body, 304 meters long, 17 meters wide, 60 million kilograms weight, 60 million kilograms bite force, 200 kilometers per hour. Divine abilities, king's slavery, soul controlling seal, broken body rebirth, sinful eye, black hole vortex, star destruction, heaven soaring, earth burrowing, wishful bone spur, thunder spell, world's end, myriad transformations. Space, information detection, immortal tablet X1, free chance to upgrade divine ability X1, divine ability lottery chance X1, mesmerizing incense X1. Luck, 299, flood of fortune. Energy, 2000/2600 current ranking. Global ranker top 10. Changes may be refreshed at any time. After looking at his personal information, Wang Meng was completely stunned. The change in his personal information, it didn't seem to have changed much. Wait a minute. Very quickly, Wang Meng discovered something. After this evolution, his evolution points were replaced by energy points. The remaining 200 billion evolution points from his evolution. Now, it had become 2,000 energy points? Could it be that one energy point represented 100 million evolution points? Chapter 432. Thinking of this, Wang Meng was surprised. Was this energy value even more valuable? It was even more exaggerated than evolution value. 100 million evolution value equals 1 point of energy value. This unit of measurement had undergone an earth-shattering change in an instant. Other than that, Wang Meng didn't know if there were any other changes. Of course, putting aside this question, Wang Meng had other discoveries. After his evolution, he had actually entered the top 10 of the world's strongest list, although it was a last 10th place. However, this was definitely the best ranking Wang Meng had ever achieved in his entire history. Thinking of this, Wang Meng couldn't help but be excited, because this represented the guy above him. Now, there were only 9 of them. Thinking of this, Wang Meng could be said to be in high spirits. Damn, his strength had finally skyrocketed. Now, he should be considered a big shot, right? After all, Wang Meng, whose strength had greatly increased, was indeed very arrogant. He even wanted to find a strong guy to test his fighting strength. Of course, Wang Meng knew that it wasn't so easy for him to find an opponent now. After all, he was a big shot ranked 10th in the world's strongest list. The former black and white impermanence, as well as the lord of the 18 layers of hell. In front of him, they were probably all younger brothers, right? After all, his current fighting strength, and so on had been greatly improved. Just at this time, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face, warm reminder. When the host fights, the power of the divine ability, the damage, and so on will be reflected in data in the future. Hearing the system's cold reminder, Wang Meng was stunned at first, then he was somewhat puzzled. What did this digital reflection mean? Could it be that there would be a numerical indication for the damage unit in the future? The next moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face, yes. Host, when fighting in the future, there will be a numerical reflection, including defensive divine ability, offensive divine ability, life value, self-consumption, and so on. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Meng was immediately stunned. Damn, didn't this mean that? In the future, when he fought, he could more intuitively discover the opponent's most digitized state? Thinking of this, Wang Meng became even more excited, because to him, this thing only had advantages and no disadvantages. After all, he could see the digitized state of others, but others couldn't see his digitized state. With this thought, Wang Meng's mood became even better. Not bad, not bad. It seemed that the data change this time was not as small as before. Just as Wang Meng was feeling pleased with himself, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Ignore the menacing Yamada no Orochi. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 50 energy values. Golden treasure chest X1. Mission 2. Expel the menacing Yamada no Orochi from your province. Mission time. Complete the mission and you will get it. Mission reward. 100 energy values. Diamond treasure chest X1. Mission 3. Face the menacing Yamada no Orochi and kill it. Mission time. You can obtain it upon completion. Mission reward. 800 energy values. Diamond treasure chest X2. Premium blind box X1. After listening to the system's mission, Wang Meng could not help but be stunned again. At the same time, Wang Meng was also very confused and surprised. Where did this Yamada no Orochi come from? Could it really be the mythical Yamada no Orochi? However, Wang Meng felt that this was not very possible. The mythical Yamada no Orochi was closely related to the Dragon Nation's mythology. Its strength should have reached stage 4, right? Therefore, the Yamada no Orochi mentioned in this mission was definitely not the real Yamada no Orochi. Thinking of this, Wang Meng secretly heaved a sigh of relief. At the same time, Wang Meng was also curious and puzzled. Where did this Yamada no Orochi come from? Could it be that they really came from tiny country? Thinking of this, Wang Meng felt that it was really possible. Otherwise, he had never heard of Yamada no Orochi in Dragon Nation before. If he's from a small country, could have come from the portal? If that's really the case, this guy is quite bold. Isn't he afraid that the other side of the portal is an unknown and powerful world? After muttering a few words, Wang Meng also began to choose his mission. Mission number 1 was obviously not going to be a freeloader. How many points were there in reward? He would not freeload a mission with such a small reward. As for driving this Yamada no Orochi out of your province, Wang Meng felt that it was not necessary. If he had the strength to drive it out, why would he keep this Yamada no Orochi? Wouldn't it be better to just kill it? How dare a monster from tiny country behave so atrociously in his territory? Thinking of this, Wang Meng said in his heart, System, I choose mission number 3. The next moment, the system cabinet's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully choosing the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to receive the reward. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. After all, his strength had just skyrocketed. Now his whole body was floating, and he was completely looking at people with his nostrils. It was a good opportunity to find a guy with good strength to test his combat strength. Thinking of this, Wang Mang walked out of the cave. At this moment, outside the cave, it was a dark night. The blood moon was exceptionally bright. In the sky, there was a hazy blood rain. As for Wang Mang, he turned into his huge body and 8 flesh wings drilled out from his back. Then, Wang Mang's huge body rose into the air and rushed into the dark night sky. As for the destination, of course, it was the city where the portal had been set up. In Wang Mang's opinion, this Yamada no Orochi definitely came through the portal. But what Wang Mang did not expect was, when he just got close to the city, Wang Mang saw in the dark night, 2 super behemoths were fighting. These 2 behemoths, one of them had 8 arms and a snake tail. Its body was similar to a human's, and it was 200 meters tall. The other one was a complete monster. Its body was so huge that it was 300 meters long. Furthermore, this monster had 4 gigantic snake heads and 4 gigantic snake tails. In addition, it was like 4 huge pythons that were 300 meters long, and their bodies were stuck together. Its body was as wide as 70 meters. Is this guy Yamada? No, Orochi. It's F** King huge. In the dark night sky, Wang Mang couldn't help but be shocked. The next moment, Wang Mang couldn't help but use information detection. But when he saw the almost new information page in front of him, Wang Mang was completely stunned. Chapter 433. Target: Yamada no Orochi. Cultivation experience: 9,600 years. Middle stage land immortal. Own health points: 60/100. When the health points are depleted and reset to 0, it represents complete death. Own energy: 60/100. When the energy points are depleted and reset to 0, it represents complete loss of combat power. Basic recovery: 10%. This represents the speed of recovery of health and energy per hour. Basic defense: 10. This represents that each attack can weaken the enemy's damage by 10%. Basic attack: 2. This represents the damage caused to the enemy by each ordinary attack, but does not include the damage caused by the use of supernatural powers. Supernatural powers. Achievement: 18th place on the global list. Target: 8-armed snake monarch. Cultivation experience: 9,600 years. Middle stage land immortal. Own health points: 62/110. Own energy: 60/100. Basic recovery: 8% basic defense, 12 basic attack, 3 supernatural powers. Achievement: 17th place on the global list. This was also the reason why. This was why Wang Mang felt incomparably shocked, because these data and information had always appeared above the heads of these 2 guys. In other words, he could see the enemy's data and information at any time. Other than that, Wang Mang was even more curious. What was his data like? At the thought of this, Wang Mang could not help but ask in his heart, "System, do you have my battle data page information?" The next moment, the system's voice sounded. The host naturally has the battle data page information. Ding! Does the host want to check his own battle data? Gentle reminder: the system is facing a new change recently. Check. Wang Mang said silently. Then, the battle data appeared in his mind. Target: Wang Mang. Cultivation experience: 9,800 years. Peak land immortal. Own health points: 181/80. Own energy: 178/180. Basic recovery: 18% basic defense, 15 basic attack, 6 supernatural powers. Unknown, please discover it yourself. Achievement: 10th place on the global list. After reading the battle information, Wang Mang was amused. Whether it was his HP or MP, he had more HP than the 2 of them. Didn't this mean that he could crush his opponent? With this thought, Wang Mang's mood became even better. He felt that he could completely crush these 2 fellows now. Since that was the case, what was he waiting for? Play with him. After that, Wang Mang was in high spirits as he flapped his 8 wings and arrived at the center of the battlefield. Similarly, Yamada no Orochi and 8-armed snake monarch who were fighting fiercely also stopped. The gazes of these two fellows were focused on Wang Mang. What brings you here, fellow Taoist? It was obvious that Wang Mang was emitting a terrifying aura of an expert. Yamada no Orochi chose to ask politely. If they were weak, he would have attacked them directly. Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately opened his bloody mouth and laughed. "You got guts. How dare you come on my territory and behave so atrociously?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, Yamada no Orochi was shocked. Could this be the territory of this guy in front of him? Although he didn't know how powerful the other party was, just from his aura, he knew that he couldn't defeat Wang Mang. Thinking of this, Yamada no Orochi immediately said in a low voice, "So this is your territory. So this is your territory, fellow Taoist. My apologies, fellow Taoist. I'll apologize right now and leave." Wang Mang immediately said coldly with disdain, "Leave? Leave my ass. Look, you've destroyed my territory, and you want to leave just like that?" After hearing Wang Mang's cold words, Yamada no Orochi immediately knew that things were not going well. At the same time, it also felt very aggrieved. Damn it, this city was so trashy to begin with. Do we still need to fight and destroy it? After the disaster, it had already become a ruin. Okay? When it came, this place was already so dilapidated. It was both aggrieved and angry at Wang Mang's unreasonable behavior. This was simply bullying the snake too much. Thinking of this, Yamada no Orochi couldn't help but grit its teeth and said, "Fellow cultivator, please give us, Yamada no Orochi, some face. Our Yamada no Orochi clan." Hearing this, Wang Mang was immediately amused and then mocked. "Does your Yamada no Orochi clan have a stage for Powerhouse?" Hearing this, Yamada no Orochi was stunned and then said proudly, "Although our Yamada no stage for Powerhouse, our Yamada no Orochi clan is about to give birth to an Earth Celestial Powerhouse. Once you offend our Yamada no Orochi clan." Oomph. At the end of its sentence, Yamada no Orochi couldn't help but feel proud. That was because their Yamada no Orochi clan was indeed very powerful. Before the disaster, they had accumulated a huge amount of resources. Even more so, with a sudden burst of power, his strength skyrocketed like never before. Not only that, the leader of their Yamada no Orochi clan had reached the peak of Earth Celestial. Now, he was in seclusion to break through to the Earth Celestial realm. The so-called Earth Celestial was the realm above the Human Celestial. The Human Celestial was the threshold of Stage 3 Powerhouse, also known as the Earth Celestial. After hearing Yamada no Orochi's words, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh. This guy was blatantly threatening him with the Yamada no Orochi clan. However, if the Yamada no Orochi clan really had an Earth Celestial Powerhouse, then Wang Mang would have some scruples. How powerful was an Earth Celestial? Wang Mang didn't know. After all, he was only a peak Earth Celestial. Thinking of this, Wang Mang fell into deep thought. However, after thinking for a while, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh. He was not far away from becoming an Earth Celestial. He was now a peak Earth Celestial. Thinking of this, the worry in Wang Mang's heart immediately vanished. Just as Wang Mang was about to speak, the 8-armed snake monarch in the distance spoke. "Fellow cultivator, you don't have to worry about his threat." Now he said that the Yamada no Orochi clan has an Earth Celestial Powerhouse, which is completely empty talk. Now, the Yamada no Orochi clan only has an expert who is in seclusion to break through to the Earth Celestial realm. It's still unknown whether he can succeed or not. After hearing what the 8-armed snake monarch said, it immediately scolded in exasperation. "You bastards of the Yamada no Orochi clan are simply bullsh***ting." Because what the 8-armed snake monarch said was indeed true. Hearing this, Wang Mang, who who had no scruples to worry, was shocked. After hearing this, Wang Meng couldn't help but laugh. Damn it, this guy almost scared him to death. If the Yamada no Orochi clan had an old Earth celestial powerhouse, he was still a little worried. But in the end, he was still in seclusion to break through to the Earth celestial realm. What was there to be afraid of? Even if he really succeeded in breaking through, so what? When the powerhouse of the Yamada no Orochi clan found him, at that time, he might have already reached the Earth celestial realm. At that time, it would be like sending him a lunchbox. Chapter 434. Thinking of this, Wang Meng was completely at ease. Similarly, Wang Meng's eerily cold eyes became incomparably ice-cold. At this time, in the face of Orochi's curses, the eight-armed snake monarch couldn't help but laugh. Hee dog bastard. Then what is your Orochi clan? After all, our eight-armed clan was born because of you. In that case, your Orochi clan is also a bastard. You mother asterisk her. Orochi, who still wanted to curse, suddenly stopped, because it had already felt the killing intent on Wang Meng's body. It immediately said in shock and anger, "Fellow Taoist, are you really going to kill me because of such a small matter?" Hearing this, Wang Meng sneered in his heart and opened his bloody mouth. In a moment, Wang Meng's bloody mouth condensed a huge starlight energy body. Then, under the horrified gaze of Orochi, this starlight ball energy body whizzed out. This was obviously Wang Meng's supernatural power, star destruction. At the same time, Orochi was shocked and angry. You gone too far. Then, facing Wang Meng's supernatural power, it was not to be outdone. Orochi's foreheads instantly shrank together, and its body turned into a meatball-like shape. Rumble. Then, Wang Meng's terrifying supernatural power directly bombarded Orochi's body, and flames shot out in all directions like a bomb. Then, Wang Meng saw a few red messages flashing in front of his eyes. You have used a supernatural power attack. Only 15 points of damage to the target. The enemy has used a supernatural power to resist. It has offset your extra 35 points of damage. Then, Wang Meng looked at Orochi. He found out. This Orochi, which originally only had 60 drops of blood left, its originally green health bar was instantly reduced by a lot. Target, Orochi. Health, 45 out of 100 energy, 50 out of 100. Seeing this scene, Wang Meng couldn't help but laugh. From here, he could intuitively see that the enemy was constantly getting weaker. This was almost the same as playing a game. He could see the enemy's data and information. In fact, Wang Meng was confident that if he used his supernatural power a few more times, this Orochi would be dead. Because Wang Meng found that when he used Star Destruction, his power and damage were too high. Yamada no Orochi only had 100 HP at full HP. As a result, if the opponent didn't consume energy to use his supernatural power, he could directly take out 50 drops of HP. In other words, if this guy didn't resist, he wouldn't be able to withstand 3 of his supernatural powers. 2 supernatural powers could even cripple the enemies. However, even if the other party resisted, he wouldn't be able to hold on for long. He wasn't afraid of exhausting himself, be it defense, attacks, or he couldn't win. This was simply a complete crushing. With this thought, Wang Meng was in high spirits. Without saying a word, he opened his bloody mouth again and used his supernatural power, falling stars. As for why Wang Meng was so arrogant and kept using his supernatural power to attack the enemy, this was because he only consumed 15 points of energy value to cast falling stars once. To put it bluntly, he could stand still and use his supernatural power more than 10 times. However, the enemy couldn't withstand it at all. There was no way to fight it. At this moment, Orochi, who was covered in wounds, let out an angry and ear-piercing roar. You've gone too far. I'll fight it out with you. Hearing this, Wang Meng was stunned. Then, he couldn't help but sneer in his heart. He didn't take this guy seriously at all. But in the next moment, something that left Wang Meng dumbstruck occurred. He saw that Orochi instantly turn around and fled into the distance. F***CKU. Didn't you want to fight it out with me? Seeing this, Wang Mang was immediately enraged. At the same time, Wang Mang flapped his 8 wings and was as fast as lightning in the night. In merely a short moment, Wang Mang caught up and blocked Yamada no Orochi's path. That was because Orochi's speed was too slow. He didn't know if it was because it was too bloated. It was even more impossible to escape in front of Wang Mang. Moreover, after Wang Mang's strength increased greatly this time, although his speed didn't increase. But Wang Mang's flying speed in the air was even faster. It could be said that his speed had also increased by quite a bit. Seeing Wang Mang blocking in front, Orochi was no longer angry. He couldn't help but beg, "Fellow cultivator, why do you have to force me?" Because he couldn't win at all. There was nothing he could do if he didn't beg for mercy. Moreover, he had fought with the 8-armed snake monarch for so long and had consumed a lot of energy. Now that he had taken Wang Mang's supernatural power head-on, he had consumed more than half of his energy. He was also afraid that Wang Mang would give him a few more blows and send him to heaven. If he had known that he would encounter Wang Mang while helping the small country solve the problem, he definitely wouldn't have come even if he was beaten to death. What made him even more unlucky was that he had encountered the 8-armed snake monarch clan on the way. Unfortunately, in the face of Orochi's begging for mercy, Wang Mang's response was still a supernatural power. Falling stars. The supernatural power gathered again. It whistled out from Wang Mang's bloody mouth. Moreover, this time, Wang Mang's casting speed was very fast. Even when Orochi was about to resist, it was too late. Rumble, accompanied by an earth-shattering loud sound. Yamada no Orochi let out a miserable shriek. At the same time, his body was blasted away by this supernatural power, and blood splattered in the air. At the same time, Wang Mang also saw that the health bar above this guy's head had plummeted again. After taking another supernatural power, the blood directly dropped to 5 drops. With only 5 drops of blood, it was basically no different from dying. At the same time, Orochi's huge body fell from the sky. It smashed a huge crater on the ground, and smoke and dust billowed. As for Wang Mang, he didn't give this guy any chance to react, because when Wang Mang swooped down, he opened his bloody mouth again. Another falling star whizzed through the air. Rumble. This terrifying attack once again blasted towards Yamada no Orochi. This also made Wang Mang immediately realize. The information above Orochi's head, the health bar, and energy had all been reset to 0. The originally bright red information had also turned into gray text. It was obvious that Yamada no Orochi had been killed by him. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was speechless. Sigh. He was too weak to take a beating. He hadn't even started to get serious. In the end, this Orochi was dead. At this time, after the smoke and dust dissipated, Wang Mang came to the surface and saw the lifeless, bloodied Yamada no Orochi. Its huge body was lying in the huge crater, and there were no signs of life. At the same time, the system's voice also sounded frowny-faced. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully completed the mission. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained 800 energy value. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained diamond treasure chest X2. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained the best quality blind box X1. P.S. Recently, I've been thinking about a big change to the template. Brothers, don't worry. The change will definitely be a simpler one. The plot is also slowly changing, and the summoning element will be added later, but I'm afraid that the step is too big, and it won't be easy for the brothers to digest. Chapter 435. Ding. The accumulation conditions have been met. Would you like to begin the evolution? No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh with emotion. Once again, he had easily completed another mission. This also meant that he was not far from becoming an Earth celestial powerhouse. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be overjoyed. At the same time, Wang Mang also wanted to know if reaching 10,000 years of cultivation meant that he had become an Earth celestial powerhouse. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be a little excited. If this was the case, then he was only one step away from becoming an Earth celestial powerhouse. After Wang Mang, who was in a good mood, came back to his senses, his gaze fell on the Orochi in front of him. Because this was an Earth celestial. If he ate it, he would definitely gain a lot. Thinking of this, Wang Mang opened his ferocious mouth, split it into several portions, and swallowed them. There was no other way. This Orochi's body was too huge. It was more than 70 meters wide, so Wang Mang had to eat it 4 times before he could eat it. At the same time, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured the Earth celestial Orochi. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully gained 1,200 energy points. Ding. The accumulation conditions have been met. Would you like to begin the evolution? No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was once again overjoyed. The harvest this time was very good. The mission reward was 800 energy points and other things. In this guy's corpse, he had gained 1,200 energy points. To be honest, if there was no mission, Wang Mang wanted to hunt Earth celestial powerhouses on a large scale, because these Earth celestial powerhouses were too valuable. Just killing 2 of them would be enough for him to evolve. Moreover, this idea was getting stronger and stronger in Wang Mang's mind, because Wang Mang believed that his strength was definitely enough to defeat Earth celestials. Now, he was a subversive Earth celestial powerhouse, a big shot ranked 10th on the global powerhouse list. At this moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced. The host's current situation has been detected. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Ignore the rising land immortals in the Golden Age. Mission time. Choose to receive the reward. Mission reward. 100 energy value. Mission 2. Kill no less than 3 land immortals in the face of the rising land immortals. Mission time. You can obtain it upon completion. Mission reward. 2,000 energy value. Mission 3. Kill no less than 5 land immortals in the face of the rising land immortals. Mission time. You can obtain it upon completion. Quest reward. 5,000 evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but be stunned. He didn't expect that just as he was about to raise his butcher's knife against these land immortals, in the end, the system had already issued a quest. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but laugh. Is this what it means to get a pillow when you're dozing off? At this point, Wang Mang also chose to ponder. First of all, the first mission could be eliminated. It was easy to get a free meal. The problem was that the rewards were too little. Mission 1, only 100 energy value. What's the use of getting a free meal? Mission 2, 2,000 energy value was not bad. Of course, this was a little worse than Mission 3. Mission 3 to 5 land immortals obtained 5,000 energy value, plus the corpses of the 5 land immortals. This harvest was enough to make his energy value exceed 10,000. Thinking of this, Wang Mang already made a decision in his heart. Then, he silently said in his heart, System, I choose Mission 3. In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Congratulations to the host for successfully choosing the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to obtain the reward. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang began to get restless. Moreover, if he remembered correctly, there was an 8-armed snake monarch just now. Thinking of this, Wang Mang immediately turned his huge snake head to look in excitement. But when he saw that there was no one in the distance, Wang Mang couldn't help but be dumbfounded again. What the F***CK? Where is he? He ran away just like that? To be honest, he still wanted to kill the 8-armed snake monarch to make up the number. In the end, he didn't expect that he had already run away. In helplessness, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh. Then, Wang Mang prepared to leave the province and try his luck in other provinces. After all, there were no more land immortals in the province. He didn't find any powerful devil fetus. Moreover, he still had a mission to find out about the devil fetus in the province, which he hadn't completed. Thinking of this, Wang Mang flapped his 8 wings and flew into the distance. In just half an hour, Wang Mang had already left the province. At this moment, he was in a neighboring province, which was Nanyan Province. Moreover, after entering Nanyan Province, Wang Mang could sense the aura of the land immortals. Because, ever since the disaster, the number of land immortals had increased greatly. Therefore, the strongest combat strength on Earth had become the land immortals. Only the land immortals could be considered the top experts on Earth. Of course, the strongest would definitely surpass the land immortals. As for where the demon Lord Chong Lu was now, Wang Mang didn't know. In Wang Mang's opinion, the current demon Lord Chong Lu was definitely the strongest existence on Earth. At this moment, Wang Mang suddenly felt that something was wrong. The aura of the land immortals in the air was actually not just one, but several auras of the land immortals. It was very mixed. This meant that there was definitely more than one land immortals in Nanyan Province, and there might even be more land immortals. Thinking of this, Wang Mang began to search in Nanyan Province. But when Wang Mang searched all the areas in the city, he didn't find the existence of the land immortals. Just as Wang Mang was about to go to the mountains in Nanyun Province to begin his search, suddenly, a cold aura vaguely came from the city below. This immediately attracted Wang Mang, and he subconsciously looked at the small crowd below, because he could clearly feel that the aura from before had indeed reached the level of the land immortals. Although it was very weak, and it even hid its aura very well, it was definitely the strength of the land immortals. In the next moment, Wang Mang descended from the sky and quickly swooped down towards the location of the aura. As he approached, Wang Mang saw that it was a medium-sized armed base. At a glance, the population of this armed base should be about 20,000. These people were dressed in rags and smelly, just like the slums. However, among this group of people, Wang Mang's gaze immediately fell on one of them, because even if the aura of this figure was well concealed, Wang Mang could still be sure. He was the owner of the land immortals aura that he had sensed earlier. This was a teenager who looked to be only 16 years old with a dusty face. At the same time, this dusty teenager seemed to have sensed the existence of Wang Mang. For the first time, he suddenly raised his head and looked at Wang Mang in the distant sky. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang immediately confirmed. This guy definitely had the strength of the land immortals. In the next moment, Wang Mang subconsciously used information detection. But when he saw this guy's information, Wang Mang was completely stunned. Chapter 436. Target: Yu Tian, human, cultivation, 9,900 years, middle stage, earth immortal. Health: 170 to 170 energy, 170 to 170 basic recovery, 17% basic defense, 16 basic attack, 6 divine ability. Luck: 666 threat level, high achievement, 11th on the global powerhouse ranking. How could a human be so strong? This was what shocked Wang Mang the most. That was because this human was simply too arrogant. His basic attack and defense recovery, there was no other difference. His HP and energy points were only slightly lower than his. This was simply too monstrous. It was also Wang Mang's first time. It was his first time seeing such a strong human. This also made Wang Mang somewhat hesitant. Should this human try to trick him? After thinking for a while, Wang Mang finally gave up. This guy's strength was indeed not weak. However, he could ask around for information. Since this guy's strength had reached the level of an earth immortal, in addition to his heaven-defying luck, he probably also had some outstanding points. With this thought, Wang Mang transformed into his human form and descended from the sky, landing steadily on the high wall of the armed base. This also attracted the attention of many people in the armed base. At the same time, they also knew that Wang Mang was definitely not a simple person. Otherwise, he would not have appeared on the high wall of the armed base out of thin air. In fact, they did not even know when Wang Mang appeared. At this time, he saw many people walking towards him. However, Wang Mang did not care. Instead, he slowly opened his mouth and said, "Fellow Taoist, come out and talk." Hearing this, the young man slowly walked out and then jumped out of the high wall. At the same time, he slightly nodded at Wang Mang, indicating that they could talk. Seeing this, Wang Mang came to the young man's side. Without waiting for Wang Mang to ask, the young man softly asked, "Fellow Taoist, what are you talking about?" Wang Mang did not beat around the bush. "How many Earth Immortals are there in your Nanyan province? In addition to me, there are 3 Earth Immortals of the Demon Clan. They occupy the mountain range of Nanyan province. The city's territory belongs to me." After hearing the young man's words, Wang Mang was a little surprised. Xiaoning's casual tone made it sound easy. However, it was not easy to occupy such a large territory. This territory used to belong to Xiangyu. However, if he wanted to take over Xiangyu's territory after his death, he would not have enough strength to do so. This guy's strength was actually not much weaker than Wang Mang's. This proved that this guy's strength was indeed tyrannical. However, Wang Mang was very curious about something. How did this guy become so powerful? "I'm very curious. How did you increase your strength?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, Yu Tian turned his head and smiled at him. "Everyone has secrets, don't they? You have secrets too, and so do I. Fellow Taoist, is there anything else you want to know?" Hearing this, Wang Mang nodded and smiled. "Interesting. Good. I'll remember you. I hope that the next time I see you, your strength will not be too weak." After saying this, Wang Mang transformed into a huge body and soared into the sky. This was the first time Wang Mang had seen a human with the strongest talent and strength. The main reason was that Wang Mang was somewhat against eating his own kind. After all, he was once a human. Although he was not a human now, he was once a human. In addition, Wang Mang was confident that he could defeat him. However, it was not proportional to the effort. This was because Tian Yu's strength was indeed very strong. If he defeated him, Wang Mang's vitality would be greatly damaged. Tian Yu's battle information page was not much worse than his. After leaving the city, Wang Mang quickly arrived at the mountain range area. The mountain range area of Nanyan Province's mountain range area was also quite large. What made Wang Mang even happier was that after he entered the mountain range, he immediately sensed the aura of several Earth Immortals. This was not just the aura of 3 Earth Immortals. Just the auras that Wang Mang had sensed numbered no less than 5. At the same time, as he went deeper into the mountain range, Wang Mang could vaguely hear the sounds of battle from afar. Because of this, Wang Mang did not hesitate at all and rushed toward the direction of the battle. When they arrived near Wang Mang's location, they saw that Wang Mang was in the vicinity of the battle. Wang Mang saw the scene of the battle. This was a battle between 6 Earth Immortals. Moreover, this place seemed to be Nanyan Province and the neighboring province. As for why these 6 Earth Immortals were fighting, Wang Mang did not know. However, Wang Mang roughly glanced at the 6 Earth Immortals. They were not weak. 3 of them were indeed from the Demon Clan. Moreover, they were new faces of the Demon Clan. Even Wang Mang did not know their identity. He could only roughly guess that they should be heavenly treasures. After all, the Demon Clan had risen on a large scale. Among them, the heavenly treasures were a new force to be reckoned with. The other 3 demon clans did not look like demon clans. On the contrary, they were huge monsters. A monster that looked like an octopus's tentacles. A monster with a dog's head and an elephant's body. A monster that looked like a meatball. It did not have a head, but it had many eyes. Moreover, these 3 monsters were releasing the terrifying aura of the devil fetus. These were obviously monsters that were born from the devil fetus. Now, these 3 monsters and the 3 demon clan experts could be said to be on par for the time being. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang fell into a dilemma. Because if he were to wait and see what would happen, he could wait until these 6 guys were exhausted. He might be able to catch them all in one fell swoop and directly kill them all. Of course, the premise was that these 6 guys would fight to the death. Moreover, Wang Mang roughly glanced at them. The 6 of them were already at half health. In fact, their health bars were getting worse and worse as they continued to fight. At the same time, the surrounding forest and mountain range were also in a mess due to their battle. Forget it, forget it. I'll make my move after you guys finish fighting. After hesitating for a moment, Wang Mang had already made a decision in his heart. Although this was a fight between the demon clan and the devil fetus. Logically speaking, Wang Mang was also a member of the demon clan. He should stand on the side of the demon clan and help the demon clan deal with the devil fetus. However, Wang Mang did not deny it. If the conditions allowed, he would choose to kill the devil fetus first. Of course, if they were all in a bad state. Wang Mang was naturally prepared to catch them all in one fell swoop. After all, every land immortal, whether it was the demon clan or the devil fetus. For Wang Mang, they were all worth a lot of energy. In the blink of an eye, a few hours passed. Wang Mang watched their battle for a few hours. At the same time, what made Wang Mang very happy was that they had been fighting until now. Their health bars and energy bars were still there. They had all gone from half health to quarter health. Looking at this situation, they were really prepared to risk their lives. Chapter 4:37. Let's fight. Let's fight. When your condition is almost at its limit, it will be the time for me to deal with all of you. Wang Mang thought excitedly in his heart. Now that their condition was getting worse and worse, Wang Mang only needed to wait for them to be at their worst. Basically, once he made a move, none of these guys would be his match. Wang Mang's strength was already enough to crush all the land immortals. There weren't many who could contend against him, except for that heaven-defying human expert he met not long ago. In this realm, Wang Mang really couldn't find many who could contend against him. As for these 6 land immortals, they posed no threat to Wang Mang. If he didn't want to catch them all in one fell swoop, Wang Mang wouldn't have waited until now. Because if he rashly attacked as soon as he saw them fighting, then both sides would very likely stop fighting and leave. They might also change their target and besiege him, although Wang Mang believed that his strength was tyrannical. But if he was besieged, he wouldn't be able to withstand it. In the blink of an eye, another 3 hours passed. This battle gradually became more and more intense. Both sides were heavily injured, whether it was the devil fetus side or the demon clan side. Now, each of them was covered in blood, and their HP was close to the dangerous line, which was 20 drops of HP. Why was 20 drops of HP the dangerous line? Because Wang Mang had taken the initiative to ask the system during this period. Once each powerhouse had only 20 drops of HP left, they would be in their weakest state. If they weren't careful, a divine ability would probably be able to kill them. Therefore, Wang Mang chose to wait until they had only 20 HP left to attack. Another half an hour passed. Wang Mang suddenly became excited. This is the moment. As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Mang no longer hid his aura. At the same time, he instantly transformed into a huge body and rushed to the battlefield. As he rushed to the battlefield, Wang Mang also shouted angrily, "Devil Fetus Clan, how dare you bully the Demon Clan?" After hearing Wang Mang's angry shout, the 6 land immortals, who had already reached their limits, all looked over. When they saw Wang Mang coming over from the sky, as well as the tyrannical aura around Wang Mang, they were all shocked. But when the 3 land immortals heard Wang Mang shout, they were immediately overjoyed. This demon clan expert who had appeared out of nowhere was obviously going to stand on their side. Thinking of this, these 3 land immortals were naturally overjoyed. That was because they had already reached their limits. Wang Mang was the final straw that would decide the outcome of the battle. However, Wang Mang's words were clearly biased towards them. Didn't this mean that they had won this life-and-death battle? Friend, quickly, kill these 3 demon devil kill. God, friend, do it. These 3 guys are already at the end of their rope. For a moment, the 3 land immortals of the demon clan laughed loudly. Hearing this, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth and condensed a starlight ball, which burst out toward one of the demon fetus monsters. But that was it. Not at all. Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth and condensed 2 more starlight balls, which whistled toward the other two demon fetus monsters. 3 falling stars. In just a moment, Wang Meng successfully performed it. However, in the face of these 3 divine powers, the 3 demon fetus monsters were obviously a little shocked and angry. But when they chose to fly to dodge, they were horrified to find that they could still be tracked. Yes, in the end, the 3 falling stars collided with Wang Meng's divine powers as expected. Rumble. An earth-shattering sound was heard. At the same time, this terrifying collision of divine powers caused the 3 demon fetus monsters to be sent flying by the terrifying aftershock. This was because they were indeed at the end of their rope, and their condition was simply too bad. Moreover, as they tried their best to resist Wang Meng's divine powers attack this time, their energy was depleted, and even their health points were affected. Target 1. Kalba, health points 16, energy points 11. Target 2. Meaty, health points 18, energy points 10. Target 3. Bulasai, health points 15, energy points 13. This was the condition of the 3 demon fetus monsters at the moment. It could be said that it was completely impossible for them to escape. This was because their condition was too bad. Therefore, after exchanging a divine powers with Wang Meng, these 3 demon fetus monsters unexpectedly chose to escape in different directions at the same time. Seeing this scene, Wang Meng sneered in his heart, and then said, "My 3 friends, stop them." After hearing Wang Meng's words, the 3 land immortals of the demon clan, who were already at the end of their rope, looked at each other and nodded. Then, they rushed over without hesitation, and it didn't take long for them to stall the 3 monsters. As for Wang Meng, he rushed towards one of the monsters and instantly blocked in front of it. This monster that was blocked by Wang Meng and another land immortal was the demon fetus monster that looked like a meatball. When it saw Wang Meng, the monster immediately let out an angry voice. "Are you really going to kill us all? The Nephilim King won't let you go." Hearing this, the land immortal of the demon clan sneered. "You have the Nephilim King, but we demon clan also have powerful figures. Isn't it a little too late to threaten us now?" After saying that, the land immortal of the demon clan even smiled at Wang Meng with a face full of enthusiasm. "My friend, please, kill this guy." Hearing this, Wang Meng nodded slightly, and then did not use his divine powers again. On the contrary, Wang Meng's huge body directly swept out. Because in order to save energy, Wang Meng would not use his divine powers crazily. Because he still had to deal with these 3 land immortals later. After seeing Wang Meng rush over, the monster that looked like a meatball obviously knew its fate. Therefore, an angry roar was heard. "I'll fight it out with you." Then, this fellow actually didn't even try to dodge Wang Meng. The body that was originally like a ball of dough instantly turned into a hedgehog. Seeing this scene, Wang Meng sneered, and his huge body still wrapped around the meatball. Although this meatball was full of sharpness, and even made Wang Meng feel a stinging pain. But Wang Meng still opened his bloody mouth and began to bite this guy crazily, completely ignoring the feeling of pain. Because this little bit of pain was nothing to Wang Meng. In fact, it was not essential at all. After reaching the land immortal level, in fact, he could reach the point where he could ignore the feeling of pain. In addition, there was another advantage to doing this, which was that it did not consume any status. Therefore, Wang Meng spent a few bites and bit this demon fetus monster to death. After being killed by Wang Meng, this demon fetus monster also turned into its original meatball-like state. In the end, it was easily eaten by Wang Meng. Once the monster was eaten, it would be killed. Wang Meng looked like he was enjoying it. At this time, the system's voice also sounded. System frowny face ding. "Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured the land immortal level demon fetus." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 1,000 energy value." Ding. "The accumulation conditions have been met. Do you want to begin evolution?" Chapter 438. No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Meng was very happy. because he knew that it was the right decision to come to another province. If he didn't come, he wouldn't have such a good opportunity. Moreover, this one was worth 1,000 energy points. These 6 Earth Immortals added together were definitely a lot. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was even more elated. At this time, the young Earth Immortal next to him looked at Wang Mang with some envy and said with a smile, "Fellow cultivator, let's deal with the other 2 devil fetuses as soon as possible. Please, fellow Taoist." Hearing this, Wang Mang nodded slightly, then moved his huge body and rushed to another devil fetus powerhouse who was stopped. This devil fetus powerhouse was a devil fetus monster with a horse head and an elephant body. At this moment, this guy's condition was also very bad, because the Earth Immortal Demon powerhouse who stopped him would not give him a chance to recover at all. Therefore, as soon as Wang Mang came up, he killed this devil fetus monster again. 10 minutes later, Wang Mang also successfully swallowed it into his stomach. At the same time, the system's voice sounded again, "Ding! Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured an Earth Immortal level devil fetus powerhouse. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 1,000 evolution points. Ding! Accumulate conditions to meet evolution. Begin evolution." No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang didn't pay much attention to it. He did the same thing and killed another Earth Immortal level devil fetus monster. The whole process took less than 10 minutes. Similarly, after Wang Mang devoured the last devil fetus, Wang Mang's expression changed. The system's voice sounded again, "Ding! Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured an Earth Immortal level devil fetus powerhouse. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 1,000 energy points. Ding! The host's accumulation conditions have met evolution. Begin evolution." No. Only then did Wang Mang joyfully recite in his heart. The 3 devil fetuses provided him with a total of 3,000 energy points. In addition to the energy points he had accumulated before, it was probably enough to break through to the Earth Immortal stage. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was in a good mood. He decided to see if he could break through to the Earth Celestial stage after completing this mission. At this moment, the 3 Earth Immortals of the Demon Clan had already gathered around Chun Fan. "Fellow cultivator, you are indeed powerful." "Yes." "Fellow Taoist, I'm afraid you're about to reach the Earth Immortal stage." "Fellow Taoist, are you going to enter the secret realm?" Wang Mang ignored the compliments of the 3 demon race experts. However, the new term, entering a secret realm, attracted Wang Mang's attention. "What mystic realm? Fellow Taoists, can you tell me about it?" Wang Mang asked in confusion. One of the young demon race experts looked at Wang Mang in confusion and asked, "Don't you know?" Hearing this, Wang Mang shook his head. Looking at the 3 young Yao experts, he couldn't help but sternly say, he said in a low voice, "Fellow Taoists, tell me about this mystic realm." At this moment, the 3 young demon race experts looked at each other before explaining to Wang Mang. Half an hour later, Wang Mang finally understood. This so-called mystic realm was in Fu Province. Now it was being fought over by the Demon Clan, the Devil Fetuses, and the powerhouses of the Netherworld. Moreover, this mystic realm had not really opened yet. It seemed that there was still some time before it would open. It seemed that there was still about 3 days before it would open. Not only that, according to their tone, many powerhouses had already gathered there. As for what was in this mystic realm, the 3 Earth Immortals of the Demon Clan had no idea, because they didn't know either. However, according to what they said, if there were no good things, these powerhouses would not gather together. Of course, after thinking about it carefully, Wang Mang felt that what the 3 of them said was right. If there were no good things, would these powerhouses gather together and wait to enter the mystic realm? Although he didn't know what was in this mystic realm, there were probably benefits to be gained. Thinking of this, Wang Mang slowly nodded and said, "I see. Thank you for your reminder, fellow Taoists. If it weren't for your reminder, I wouldn't have known about this." After hearing Wang Mang's words, The three Earth Immortals of the Demon Clan experts laughed. It was worth mentioning. They were all demon clans transformed from heaven and earth treasures. Therefore, Wang Mang thought that they were new faces. Therefore, Wang Mang was ready to take action, because killing the three of them would be considered as completing the mission. But just as Wang Mang was about to take action with a smile, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced Ding. Detecting the host's current situation, the host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Choose to ignore the mystic realm that is about to open. Mission time. Choose to receive the reward. Mission reward. 500 energy points. Mission 2. Go and join the fun of the mystic realm that is about to open. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. 1,000 energy points. Mission 3. Enter the mystic realm that is about to open and survive. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. Free evolution opportunity X2. After listening to the mission issued by the system, Wang Mang couldn't help but be stunned. He didn't expect that just as he wanted to join in. The mission came again. After pondering for a while, Wang Mang already had a rough idea of his choice. The first mission, it wasn't worth it. The second mission, it wasn't worth it to join in either. The reward was too little. But the third mission, it was somewhat thought-provoking. The third mission seemed to have the most rewards. But there was one detail that couldn't be forgotten. That was to survive. Damn, this was simply telling Wang Mang a very important signal. There was definitely danger in this mystic realm. Moreover, for Wang Mang, the level of danger was not low. This was also the reason why Wang Mang was a little hesitant. However, after thinking for a while, Wang Mang finally decided to choose the third mission. At this point, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, I choose the third mission." The next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully choosing the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to receive the reward. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang heaved a sigh of relief. Because the reason why he was so confident was because Wang Mang still had a subordinate who hadn't arrived. However, this was already the last few hours of the 3-day time limit. Thinking about it, his mysterious third-stage powerhouse subordinate was about to appear. Chapter 439. That was where his confidence came from. Or else, according to Wang Mang's character, he was more cautious. He was absolutely not willing to take risks easily. After making a decision, Wang Mang's worries were greatly reduced. Moreover, he was a powerhouse who was about to break through to the Earth celestial stage, and one of his subordinates was about to arrive. If he was still in danger, then wouldn't the rest of the Earth celestials be doomed? It seemed that he still had a huge advantage. Thinking of this, Wang Mang withdrew his thoughts, and his gaze fell on the 3 Earth celestials of the Demon Clan. It was time to send them on their way. After all, it would not be good for Wang Mang if he continued to drag it out. Because he glanced at the state of these 3 guys, they were actually slowly recovering. If he continued to drag it out, when these 3 guys recovered, it would be difficult to take them down. At this time, one of the young Demon Clan powerhouses smiled at Wang Mang and said, "How about it, fellow cultivator? Have you thought about it? Why don't we go together and join in the fun? At that time, we can also take care of each other. Yes, if there are benefits, we can even plot more benefits by joining forces." The 3 young Demon Clan powerhouses smiled and looked at Wang Mang enthusiastically, because Wang Mang's strength was indeed very powerful. They also took a fancy to Wang Mang's strength, so they sent out an invitation. Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately laughed and said, "Okay, it's a good time to join the fun with the 3 of you and see this so-called mystery realm. However, for now, the 3 of you should take a good rest. Why don't you rest here and wait for the 3 of you to recover? Then we can go together." After hearing Wang Mang's words, the 3 young powerhouses of the Demon Clan smiled. They did not expect that Wang Mang would join them without hesitation. This was a like-minded fellow cultivator of the Demon Clan. "Okay, thank you, fellow cultivator. Yes, Thank you for protecting us, fellow Taoist. Since we have fellow Taoists to protect us, we'll recover here. Once we've recovered, we'll set off together. They obviously didn't suspect anything and trusted Wang Mang a lot. As for why he trusted Wang Mang so much, from their point of view, if Wang Mang wanted to kill them, he would definitely be killed. Just a moment ago, it would have been easy for them to kill them. Even now, it wouldn't be too difficult, seeing that the three of them were at ease. They sat down cross-legged and prepared to recover. Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh in his heart. This was good too. If they were together, it would be easier for Wang Mang to make a move. For a moment, Wang Mang pretended to be their protector and wandered around them. Seeing this, the three of them were completely relieved and began to recover. A few minutes later, seeing that the three of them were recovering peacefully. At this moment, Wang Mang, who was behind them, quietly opened his bloody mouth. Then a falling star was formed and whizzed out. It was so fast. It was as fast as lightning. Therefore, the three demonic clan Earth immortal experts who were recovering were completely unprepared. Kaboom! Ah! The next moment, three screams were heard at the same time. At this moment, the three of them were sent flying, and all of them were seriously injured. Similarly, at this moment, the three of them appeared in front of Wang Mang's eyes. Target: Heiqing Song, HP 6, MP 5. Target: Spiritual Immortal Mushroom, HP 5, MP 6. Target: Flying Guillotine, HP 7, MP 4. This was the current state of the three of them. It could be said that if Wang Mang wanted to kill them, it would be a piece of cake. Previously, their HP was around 20, but now they were left with so little. At the same time, the three demonic clan Earth immortal experts who had almost lost their combat power looked at Meng Qi in disbelief. They looked at Wang Mang in disbelief. Clearly, they never imagined that Wang Mang would attack them. Fellow Taoist, why did you attack us? Yes, fellow Taoist, didn't we agree to work together to explore the mystic realm? Fellow Taoist, we are all demonic clans. Why did you do this to us? For a moment, the three of them looked at Wang Mang in shock and anger, and their hearts were filled with questions. Hearing this, Wang Mang smiled and said, Fellow Taoist, you are right. What a pity. Fellow Taoist, I also have my reasons to kill you. After all, I am too weak now. If I don't kill you, it will be risky for me to enter the secret realm with my strength. Therefore, I have no choice but to sacrifice all of you in order to fulfill my wish. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the three demonic clan Earth immortal experts began to curse. You have no credibility at all. How shameless. I have never seen such a shameless person. You will die a horrible death. Sooner or later, you will die without a burial place. Obviously, when they heard that Wang Mang was going to kill them, they had completely lost their minds. After all, they had overcome many difficulties. After 9,000 years of hardships, they finally became Earth immortals. However, they were going to die today. Just thinking about it made them feel aggrieved, because if they were no match for him, it would be fine if they were killed by him. But they were attacked by a sneak attack. One could imagine the anger and grievance in their hearts. However, Wang Mang did not care about what they were thinking. Seeing the furious appearance of the three, Wang Mang shot out explosively. Relying on his huge body, he easily killed one of the Earth Immortals. Then, before Wang Mang could devour him, he chased after the other two Earth Immortals. That was because he saw the other two Earth Immortals. After seeing that he had killed their companion, the two Earth Immortals were preparing to escape. After all, although the possibility of escaping was not high, how could they just sit and wait for death? Therefore, the two of them could be said to be desperately escaping into the distance, and they even ran separately. Unfortunately, their condition was too bad. In the end, they were still tragically killed by Wang Mang. Wang Mang used the same method and did the same thing. In less than half an hour, he had killed all of them. After the three of them died, they turned into immortal treasures of heaven and earth that were bright red and full of medicinal fragrance. Wang Mang could not help but feel proud. The difficulty of completing this mission was simply too easy. He originally thought that he would have to spend a lot of effort to find the Earth Immortals. In the end, he encountered such a good thing as soon as he went out. It could be said that he had done it once and for all. At this moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully completed the mission. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 5,000 energy values. Ding. Accumulate to meet the evolution conditions. Do you want to begin the evolution? Chapter 440. No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was overjoyed. This time, he estimated that he could advance to the Earth's celestial stage easily. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was even more delighted. Similarly, Wang Mang also landed on the 3 celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Although these 3 celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures were full of medicinal fragrance and divine qi. However, after careful observation by Wang Mang, he found something unusual. That was, these 3 heavenly materials and earthly treasures were Earth's celestial stage powerhouses. After death, they turned into their original bodies without any spirituality. They were like chives that had been cut off, and the medicinal fragrance was still spreading. Wang Mang even suspected that if he didn't devour them immediately, these 3 celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures would completely lose their medicinal efficacy. Thinking of this, Wang Mang immediately opened his bloody mouth and swallowed the 3 celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures into his bloody mouth. The next moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured the Earth, celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 1,000 energy value. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured the Earth, celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 1,000 energy value. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured the Earth, celestial-grade heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 1,000 energy value. Ding! The accumulation has met the evolution conditions. Do you want to start the evolution? No. Wang Mang refused to evolve on the spot without hesitation. However, he was in a very good mood, because this time he would definitely break through to the Earth celestial stage. Similarly, thinking of the large amount of energy value that he had accumulated here, Wang Mang was even happier. This trip to the Mystery Land was simply a worry-free trip. The only thing that made Wang Mang feel a little helpless was that it had almost been 3 days since he had been here. But why hadn't the subordinate of the stage 3 powerhouse appeared yet? Just as Wang Mang was complaining, suddenly, a terrifying aura came from afar. This terrifying aura was simply much stronger than Wang Mang's. Just as aura alone was enough to make Wang Mang tremble, this aura might not be comparable to Demon Lord Chong-Lu's. But for Wang Mang, his heart still palpitated. Similarly, Wang Mang also subconsciously raised his head and looked in the direction of the aura. In the distance, a black light was rushing toward them. After that, Wang Mang only felt a flash in front of his eyes. It was as if a big black rat had flashed past. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of him. At the same time, a respectful voice sounded. Xiao Tian, greetings, master. Hearing this, Wang Mang came back to his senses. Only then did he look at the figure in front of him in surprise. This was a man with a wretched appearance. He had a black cloak behind him, and his ears were particularly sharp. He looked a little wretched. What made Wang Mang feel even more incredulous was that this guy's appearance was very similar to the appearance of Xiao Tianquan in the Magic Mobile TV series that he had seen before. Damn, could it be that the stage 3 powerhouse that I summoned was this guy? Thinking of this, Wang Meng couldn't help but feel a little confused. At this time, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Xiao Tianquan is dissatisfied with the host's disregard. Loyalty -2. Current loyalty is 78. Loyalty 130, slightly favorable range. Loyalty 3160, extremely favorable to you. Loyalty 6189, willing to follow and listen to your orders. Loyalty 9095, will never betray you. Loyalty 95-100, willing to go through fire and water for you without hesitation. Gentle reminder, before the loyalty reaches 90, the loyalty will change or drop at any time. Gentle reminder, host, please get the loyalty of your subordinates to 90 as soon as possible. I guarantee that they will not betray you. Gentle reminder, when the loyalty of the summoned subordinates to the host is lower, the more likely they will betray the host. It is even possible that they will become enemies that will not rest until they die. After listening to the system's prompt, Wang Meng came back to his senses. Damn it, just because he was distracted, this guy's loyalty to him dropped? Thinking of this, Wang Meng really wanted to cry, but had no tears. Damn it, I didn't even say a word. You're dissatisfied with me? Damn, Wang Meng really wanted to curse. However, Wang Meng didn't dare to delay at all. He was afraid that if he didn't say anything, this guy's loyalty to him would drop again. Thinking of this, Wang Meng instantly turned into his human form. At the same time, Wang Meng also walked up to Xiao Tian, who was kneeling on one knee. In addition, Wang Meng had a warm smile on his face and quickly helped Xiao Tian up. Xiao Tian, with your help, it's like adding wings to a tiger for me. I've been looking forward to you for a long time. In the future, you'll be my strongest subordinate. I believe that with your help, the grand hegemony will be a cinch. After hearing Wang Meng's words, Xiao Tianquan, who was originally dissatisfied with Wang Meng, became complacent. Obviously, Wang Meng's words of great importance made him feel very comfortable in his heart. Master, don't worry. With me, Xiao Tianquan here, Master, I will definitely sweep away all obstacles, and I wish you an immortal hegemony. For a moment, Xiao Tianquan, who was abnormally arrogant, suddenly said arrogantly. He didn't hide his proud look at all. Seeing this scene, Wang Meng secretly breathed a sigh of relief. The next moment, the system's voice sounded again. Due to the importance of the host, Xiao Tianquan is very happy. Loyalty +3. The target's current loyalty is 81. After hearing this sentence, Wang Meng couldn't help but be elated. Damn, it didn't seem to be too difficult to increase the loyalty. Thinking of this, Wang Meng was even more excited and excited. Moreover, Wang Meng was very pleased with the strength of Xiao Tianquan. This guy's strength was at least at the Earth Celestial stage, or even stronger. This was also the reason why Wang Meng valued him so much. Because of the existence of Xiao Tianquan, he didn't have to worry about the trip to the mystery land at all. At this moment, the system's voice sounded again. Due to the host too handsome, Xiao Tianquan is a little jealous and unhappy. Loyalty -5. The target's current loyalty is 76. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Meng, who was originally ecstatic, was suddenly stunned. Damn you. You're really a F**king dog. I didn't even say a word. Damn it. Just because I'm handsome, you're unhappy and jealous of me? Just because I'm handsome, the loyalty value that just rose just dropped again? For a moment, Wang Meng's heart was full of grievances. Damn it. He finally understood that sentence. It turned out that sometimes being handsome was really a mistake. Chapter 441. This was too much of bully. Was it his fault that he was handsome? If Wang Meng knew that Xiao Tianquan would be unhappy with him because of his good looks, Wang Meng would never turn his human form into such a handsome one. He had never encountered such a ridiculous thing. My lord, where are we going now? At this time, Xiao Tianquan looked at Wang Meng with a relaxed expression and couldn't help but ask, what the F***ck? looking at Xiao Tianquan's face that had no expression of dissatisfaction. Wang Meng simply wanted to pick up his slipper and slap his wretched face. Damn it! If it weren't for the system's prompt, Wang Meng probably never dreamed that the howling celestial dog would be such a dog. It was actually jealous of his good looks. To be honest, right now, Wang Meng really wanted to curse the howling celestial dog's entire family. Of course, Wang Meng was actually just thinking about it. After all, this guy was his strongest subordinate. Its strength was even much stronger than Wang Meng's. So now, at Wang Meng's place, Xiao Tianquan was really a boss now. Therefore, in the face of Xiao Tianquan's question, Wang Meng immediately smiled warmly and said, "Xiao Tianquan, you just came here and must be tired. Let's rest for a while and continue our journey. There's no rush." Hearing that, Xiao Tianquan immediately raised its head proudly and snorted. "My lord is looking down on Xiao Tianquan too much. Now my strength has reached the peak of the earth celestial stage. Not only that, now all my immortal qi is about to be converted into dermic powers." Hearing that, Wang Meng was even more surprised. He didn't expect Xiao Tianquan to be so powerful. Thinking of this, Wang Meng quickly and quietly used information detection. The next moment, Xiao Tianquan's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Xiao Tianquan cultivation, 14,600 years. Peak of the Earth celestial stage. Strength: 1,400 HP, 1,410 energy, 140 attack, 100 defense, 18% recovery. Divine powers. Luck: 488 loyalty, 76 origin, from the magical mobile phone world. Achievement: ranked 5th on the global powerhouse rankings. After reading this guy's information, Wang Meng was even more shocked. F***CK. More than 14,000 years of cultivation? No wonder it gave him such a fearful feeling. Just his cultivation alone had left him in the dust for thousands of years. Damn it. It seemed that he still had to serve this master well in the short term. With this thought, the smile on Wang Meng's face grew wider. He nodded repeatedly and echoed with a smile. Xiao Tian is right. With Xiao Tian's cultivation base, this journey is simply easy for you. At this point, Wang Meng paused, then smiled and said, "Xiao Tian, then let's go to Fu province later." Just in time, I heard that a secret realm is about to appear. Since it's a secret realm, there must be a lot of good stuff. Wang Meng's words made the howling celestial dog's eyes light up. It was clearly interested. "Good. Master, let's go now." Hearing this, Wang Meng shook his head and smiled. "Howling celestial dog, this secret realm will only open in a few days. We'll have to wait even if we go now. Just in time, I'm planning to find a cave to cultivate in seclusion to improve my strength. How about this? After I've improved my strength, we'll rush over. In terms of time, we'll definitely be able to make it." Hearing this, the howling celestial dog shrugged helplessly. "All right, we'll do as Master says." At the same time, the system's voice sounded. "The howling celestial dog is a little unhappy with your hesitation. Loyalty -1. Current loyalty 75. F***CK. This is too much." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Meng almost couldn't stop himself from cursing again. This is too much. How? Is this a subordinate? It's a master among masters. Thinking of this, Wang Meng felt very helpless. He decided to wait until he broke through his realm. He had to think of a way. It would be best if he could get the howling celestial dog's loyalty to reach 90 before he reached the secret realm. Otherwise, Wang Meng would be in a very bad mood if he lost his loyalty in such a short period of time. In fact, he was about to break down. After coming back to his senses, Wang Meng found a cave nearby and entered it to cultivate in seclusion. Howling celestial dog, I'm going to cultivate in seclusion for a while. Help me keep an eye on it. Before Wang Meng increased his strength, he could not help but remind it. Got it. The howling celestial dog's unhappy voice came from outside the cave. At the same time, the system's voice sounded again. Howling celestial dog, it's a little unhappy that the host asked it to protect you. Loyalty -2. Target's current loyalty is 73. F***CK. Wang Mang was originally in a good mood. Now that this had happened, he was extremely depressed. Finally, he calmed down for a while before Wang Mang decided to let it go. These headache-inducing problems should wait until his strength increased. When he broke through to the Earth's celestial stage, he would be more confident. What he thought of this, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." The next moment, his personal information appeared in front of him. Host, Wang Mang identity, 5 mountains mountain god type, giant python of the starry sky cultivation experience, 9,800 years, peak of Earth celestial, body shape, 304 meters long, 17 meters wide, 60 million kilograms weight, 60 million kilograms bite force, 200 kilometers per hour. Divine powers, king's slavery, soul controlling seal, broken body rebirth, evil eye, black hole vortex, star destruction, flying in the sky and burrowing in the earth, wishful bone spur, thunder spell, skyline, ever-changing. Space, information detection, celestial plate X1, free chance to upgrade divine powers X1, divine powers lucky draw chance X1, mesmerizing incense X1, one-time mission free horror card, best quality blind box X1, diamond treasure chest X2, luck 299, flood of fortune, energy 15,000/2600 current ranking, top 10 in the global powerhouse rankings. Changes may be refreshed at any time. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh. He didn't expect that he had unknowingly accumulated 15,000 energy, not to mention evolving to the Earth celestial stage. He was afraid that he could evolve again with the strength of the Earth celestial stage. Thinking of this, needless to say, Wang Mang felt even better. Don't say anything. Let's evolve and increase my strength first. Thinking of this, Wang Mang then cheerfully recited in his heart, "System, begin the evolution." The next moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding! 2,800 energy points have been successfully deducted. Beginning evolution. Warm reminder, the information page will change after this evolution. Chapter 442. In the next moment, Wang Mang completely lost consciousness during the evolution. When he woke up again, Wang Mang did not check the changes after the evolution. On the contrary, he once again said in his heart, "System, begin the evolution again." Then, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face ding. Successfully deducted 3,200 energy value. Beginning the evolution. Then, Wang Mang once again lost consciousness during the evolution. Another 2 hours passed. Wang Mang once again woke up from the evolution. However, after waking up, Wang Mang did not hesitate at all. He began to evolve again, because he was prepared to evolve to the extreme in one go. Let's see how many times the energy value he gained this time was enough for him to evolve. Thinking of this, Wang Mang once again said in his heart, "System, continue the evolution." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face ding. Successfully deducted 3,500 energy value. Beginning the evolution 5 hours later. Only then did Wang Mang completely wake up. As for how many times he had evolved, to be honest, Wang Mang's multiple evolutions this time was also out of his expectations. The first evolution cost him 2,800 evolution points. The second evolution cost him 3,200 evolution points. The third evolution cost 3,500 evolution points. The fourth evolution cost him 4,000 evolution points. Yes, Wang Mang directly completed 4 consecutive evolutions in one go. This was indeed more than what he had imagined, because, in Wang Mang's view, when he reached the Earth Immortal Realm, he originally thought that the energy value consumed would be greatly increased. In the end, he did not expect that the energy value consumed would not increase on a large scale. Could it be because the Earth Immortal realm was still classified as a third-stage powerhouse? Or could it be said that Stage 3 powerhouses would not have a huge leap in strength? Thinking of this, the more Wang Mang thought about it, the more he felt that it was possible. In fact, it was really like this. Only when there was a leap in power level, the energy value consumed would be greatly increased. Other than that, as long as it was a third-stage powerhouse, the required evolution value would not be too large. In addition, Wang Mang also began to check the changes after his 4 evolutions. First, Wang Mang realized that his body size was still changing. His body became thicker and longer. He could feel that the immortal qi in his body was surging even more. It was as if there was an endless amount of immortal qi in his body. Even the quality of his body had become much stronger. Of course, Wang Mang wasn't sure how big the changes were. However, Wang Mang remembered that when he was evolving, the system had notified him. It seemed that the information page had also changed during this evolution. With that thought, Wang Mang couldn't help but curiously say in his heart, "System, open your personal information." Then, his personal information appeared before his eyes. The next moment, his personal information appeared before his eyes. Wang Mang, 5 Mountain God. Type, Starry Sky Python. Cultivation experience, 10,400 years. Earth Celestial Stage. Combat power, 20 normal attack, 18 normal defense, 15% recovery. Body shape, 320 meters long, 18 meters wide, 90,000 tons in weight, 90,000 tons in bite force, 200 kilometers per hour. Divine abilities, King's Slavery, Soul Controlling Seal, Broken Body Rebirth, Sinful Eye, Black Hole Vortex, Star Destruction, Heaven Soaring, Earth Burrowing, Wishful Bone Spur, Thunder Spell, World's End, Myriad Transformations. Space, Information Detection, Immortal Tablet X1, Free Chance to Upgrade Supernatural Powers X1, Supernatural Powers Lottery Chance X1, Mesmerizing Incense X1, One-Time Mission Free Horror Card, Best Quality Blind Box X1, Diamond Treasure Chest X2. Luck Value, 299, Flood of Fortune. Energy Value, 15,000/2600. Current Ranking, Global Powerhouse Top 10, may be refreshed at any time. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang was stunned. Was there a change? There seemed to be some changes. There was an additional line of combat power. Wang Mang guessed that this line of combat power might have been integrated into his battle page. However, what Wang Mang didn't expect was that his attack methods and strength methods had increased so much. It could be said that his ordinary combat power and defense had been greatly improved. The only thing that didn't change was that he seemed to have recovered his attributes. Besides that, what made Wang Mang even more confused was he had clearly broken through the realm. It could even be said that he had evolved 4 times in a row. However, his ranking on the global powerhouse ranking had not changed. Crap, how powerful were the 9 hairs on his head? For a moment, Wang Mang felt very depressed. However, what he didn't know was that, logically speaking, his ranking had increased by 1. Don't forget, he was the one who created the Howling Celestial Dog. Even the current number 1 on the global powerhouse ranking, Demon Lord Chong Lu, was also created by him. As such, Wang Mang had actually improved. It was just that the Howling Celestial Dog that he summoned had leveled up his ranking. Forget it, forget it. My strength has increased by so much now. I think I should be able to rest easy in this trip to the mystic realm. After muttering for a while, Wang Mang felt much better, because he also found a problem. He had broken through to the Earth Celestial Stage, and his strength had not slowed down. On the contrary, the speed of his strength improvement had become even faster. The harvest of this trip to the mystic realm would definitely not be too low. At this point, Wang Mang left the cave. After arriving outside the cave, Wang Mang saw the Howling Celestial Dog lying listlessly on a rock in the distance. It crossed its legs and held a piece of grass in its mouth. It looked particularly arrogant. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang secretly sighed in his heart. Damn it, this was really a big shot. At this time, The howling celestial dog obviously also saw Wang Mang and immediately got up and came over. When it saw that Wang Mang's strength had also reached the Earth celestial stage, the howling celestial dog was extremely surprised, because Wang Mang was originally only a peak Earth celestial. In its opinion, it was not worth mentioning at all. This strength could be said to be easily destroyed by an Earth celestial stage powerhouse. Especially for a powerhouse who had reached the peak of the Earth celestial stage, it could be easily killed. Therefore, originally the howling celestial dog was relatively casual with Wang Mang, but now it began to pay attention to him. At least the speed of Wang Mang's strength improvement should not be too slow, which was still worthy of its attention. Because when Wang Mang reached the Earth celestial stage, there was no problem of unstable aura and realm. This proved that its chief master Wang Mang had accumulated enough foundation to break through to the Earth celestial stage. At this moment, Wang Mang naturally did not know what this guy was thinking. He was now ready to invite the howling celestial dog to start the journey. At the same time, Wang Mang was also thinking about how to get the loyalty of the howling celestial dog to 90. Moreover, it would be best to solve this problem before arriving at the mystic realm. Otherwise, what if this guy betrayed him at the critical moment? But just as Wang Mang was thinking, he suddenly heard the system's voice. Howling celestial dog. It is extremely surprised by the host's strength. Loyalty plus 10. The target's current loyalty is 82. Chapter 443. Hearing the system's notification, Wang Mang was overjoyed. He didn't expect that increasing his strength could also increase the loyalty of this D*MN dog. What a realistic dog. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suddenly had an idea. At this moment, Xiao Tianquan grinned and said, "Congratulations, Master. Your strength has improved greatly. You have reached the Earth celestial stage." Hearing the howling celestial dog's congratulations, Wang Mang said proudly, "Howling celestial dog. I don't know why, ever since I started cultivating, it seems that every breakthrough is as simple as drinking water and eating. Even when I broke through to the Earth celestial stage, I didn't have to go through any tribulations. It's been less than a year since I started cultivating, and now I often feel the loneliness of being invincible. Fortunately, after the disaster, the number of powerhouses in this world has skyrocketed. Otherwise, I would really feel lonely." Hearing Wang Mang's calm tone, Xiao Tianquan was shocked. *T. He reached the Earth celestial stage in a year? If he wasn't bragging, then he must be a monster. Thinking of this, Xiao Tianquan, who had been paying attention to Wang Mang, was shocked. Now, he felt even more respect for Wang Mang. Because if what Wang Mang said was true, then Wang Mang's aptitude, in his opinion, was indeed a peerless monster. While the howling celestial dog was shocked, Wang Mang calmly said, "Let's go. I hope to meet some interesting opponents on this trip to the mystery land. But, in my opinion, with you and me working together, I'm afraid these people are nothing to be afraid of." Hearing Wang Mang's words, Xiao Tianquan grinned and said proudly, "Master is right. I, Xiao Tianquan, am here. No one is a match for us." Ding. Xiao Tianquan is very impressed by the host's bragging behavior and believes it to be true. Loyalty plus 3. Target's current loyalty is 85. Wang Mang, who was about to flatter Xiao Tianquan, heard the system. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was shocked. Could it be that this howling celestial dog liked to hear him brag? Thinking of this, Wang Mang suddenly had an idea. "Let's go. Howling celestial dog. Let us join hands and become invincible," Wang Mang said with a smile, inadvertently praising the howling celestial dog. Ding. The celestial hound was pleased with its host's high regard for it. Loyalty plus 1. Target's current loyalty value is 86. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang laughed in his heart. Then, he set off with Xiao Tianquan. On the way, Wang Mang bragged to Xiao Tianquan again. In the end, he didn't meet Wang Mang's expectations, and his loyalty reached 89 points. However, what gave Wang Mang a headache was that after his loyalty value reached 89, no matter how much he bragged, he would not be able to do anything. This last point of loyalty could not be raised no matter what. With no other choice, Wang Mang could only temporarily give up on bragging, because he had asked the system. The system's answer was that the last point of loyalty was harder to raise. Therefore, Wang Mang had to find another opportunity. While on the way, when they passed by an area close to the sea, Wang Mang suddenly felt a terrifying aura in the depths of the sea. However, not only did Wang Mang feel it, Xiao Tianquan also felt it. When Wang Mang looked sideways, he saw a scene that made his scalp tingle. He saw that far away from the sea, a small black that was rapidly approaching. Its speed was incomparably fast. In just a moment, Wang Mang saw it clearly. The thing that was flying over. It was a super towering tree that was 1,000 meters tall. The roots under the towering tree were countless human arms, bearing their fangs and brandishing their claws. On its torso, there were many distorted human faces, men and women, old and young. In addition, its powerful aura was much stronger than Xiao Tianquan's. What made Wang Mang even more furious was that, wasn't this the Lord of Sacrifice? Why was this guy here? Was it really such a coincidence? They bumped into each other while on the way. Similarly, the Lord of Sacrifice also saw Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan. The Lord of Sacrifice was a little surprised by Xiao Tianquan and also felt a little pressured. However, that was all. However, he knew Wang Mang. This was once an insignificant ant. Now, he had reached the earth immortal realm. This somewhat surprised the Lord of Sacrifice. Little thing, you're very powerful. Hearing the Lord of Sacrifice's playful and cold voice, Wang Mang's heart sank. He was very unhappy. Of course, he remembered this guy. He did not know why he did not hunt him down. However, Wang Mang did not expect that. The Lord of Sacrifice's strength had skyrocketed to such a level. This was 2F** king exaggerated. At this moment, Xiao Tianquan's voice suddenly rang in his mind. Master, be careful. This guy is also at the peak of the earth immortal realm. He's slightly stronger than me. After hearing Xiao Tianquan's voice transmission, Wang Mang was even more shocked. Good heavens! Was the Lord of Sacrifice really that powerful? Was this the power of the Law of Fragments? Just as Wang Mang was feeling bewildered, at this moment, Xiao Tianquan shouted angrily. Where did this tree demon come from? How dare you speak so rudely to my master? When he heard Wang Mang's words, Wang Mang felt a warmth in his heart. It seemed like this dog knew how to protect its master. Oh my, you're at the peak of the earth immortal realm. Why would you submit to a little thing that just became an earth immortal realm? If that's the case, why don't you come and sit on my dog? The Lord of Sacrifice's gigantic body formed an old man smile as he spoke mockingly. Oh my, do you really think I'm afraid of you? I'll kill you. Roar, roar. The Lord of Sacrifice's words enraged Xiao Tianquan. After Xiao Tianquan roared angrily, it charged toward the Lord of Sacrifice like a rat. Then, Wang Mang saw that the Lord of Sacrifice had already started fighting with his opponent. A great battle was about to break out. Even Wang Mang had only just realized what was going on when he was hit by the divine powers that the two of them used. He was so shaken that he quickly retreated. Wang Mang was extremely nervous when he saw Xiao Tianquan, who had transformed into his gigantic body and was fighting with the Lord of Sacrifice. He was afraid that Xiao Tianquan would not be able to defeat the Lord of Sacrifice. When he thought of this, Wang Mang instinctively used profiler detection. Then, the Lord of Sacrifice's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Lord of Sacrifice, Law Fragment, Cultivation Experience, 14,900 years, Peak of the Earth Immortal Realm, Blood Clone Health Points. 1 for 90/1 for 90 Self-Energy. 1 for 90/1 for 90 Base Recovery, 19% Base Defense, 128 Base Attack, 145 Divine Powers. Luck, 600 Threat Level, Overpowered Achievement. Number 4 on the Global Powerhouse Leaderboard. Chapter 444. After reading this guy's information, Wang Mang secretly heaved a sigh of relief. This guy's strength did not crush Xiao Tianquan. On the contrary, in terms of data, he was not much stronger than Xiao Tianquan. It was just that his basic strength was stronger than Xiao Tianquan in all aspects. Then Wang Mang naturally did not have to worry that Xiao Tianquan would be destroyed by the Lord of Sacrifice. If the howling celestial dog was really destroyed, Wang Mang would really cry. After all, he was still counting on Xiao Tianquan to protect him. However, when he saw the battle between Xiao Tianquan and the Lord of Sacrifice, Wang Mang could not help but feel bitter. He could not intervene in such a battle at all. This was because Wang Mang wouldn't be able to withstand a single attack from either of them. In fact, a normal attack might directly cripple Wang Mang, because whether it was the Lord of Sacrifice or Xiao Tianquan, a casual normal attack from them would cause a damage of 145. How much HP did Wang Mang have? His HP was only slightly more than 200. This amount of HP was only possible after he had increased his strength. However, Wang Mang still could not withstand a few casual attacks from them. Therefore, in this intense battle, Wang Mang was in a spectator state the entire time. Fortunately, at this moment in the central battlefield, Xiao Tianquan was still locked in battle with the Lord of Sacrifice. In fact, in Wang Mang's opinion, this battle would not be decided in a short time. Therefore, he could only watch the battle from afar. Half an hour later, the Lord of Sacrifice and Xiao Tianquan exchanged a move of their supernatural powers. Then, Xiao Tianquan directly flew out. Wang Mang hurriedly went forward to support Xiao Tianquan and said worriedly, "Xiao Tianquan, if I can't win, then I might as well give in to him." Hearing this, Xiao Tianquan was stunned for a moment, then felt extremely touched. This proved that its cheap master was really worried about it. Thinking of this, Xiao Tianquan suddenly said firmly, "Master, don't worry. This guy wants to kill me, but he's still too inexperienced. Master, just ensure your own safety. I'm going to have a good fight with this old tree demon." After saying that, Xiao Tianquan once again rushed forward with a face full of anger. Seeing this, Wang Mang was speechless. However, at this moment, the system's voice sounded. "Ding! Congratulations, host." He had successfully obtained the howling celestial dog's approval. Target's current loyalty value is 90. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned at first, but then he couldn't help but be ecstatic. He didn't expect that his subconscious concern would result in the dog's loyalty to him reaching 90. This was something that Wang Mang had not expected. However, this also told Wang Mang one thing. Looks like I need to pay more attention to my subordinates. More often than not, inadvertent concern could have an incredible effect. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's heart was filled with joy. However, right at that moment, the Lord of Sacrifice in the distance unleashed a divine ability that swept toward him. This immediately scared Wang Mang back to his senses. He hurriedly retreated, barely dodging this terrifying attack. Rumble. He saw that in the forest in the distance. It was even blasted into ruins by the divine ability that the Lord of Sacrifice had unleashed. This scene made Wang Mang's scalp go numb. This was too damn terrifying. Similarly, Wang Mang's heart was filled with both shock and anger. This dog was too shameless. Damn it, it seized the opportunity to attack him. Just as Wang Mang was furious, Xiao Tianquan shouted angrily, "Old tree demon, I'm going to fight it out with you." Then, Wang Mang saw that Xiao Tianquan seemed to have been injected with chicken blood. It was completely in a desperate stance, no longer choosing to tangle with the Lord of Sacrifice, and began to fight head-on. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang felt very gratified, and his anger gradually calmed down. Although he couldn't defeat the Lord of Sacrifice, Xiao Tianquan was obviously very capable. It didn't disappoint him indeed. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt that he had to do something. After pondering for a while, Wang Mang made a decision in his heart. The next moment, Wang Mang didn't even care about his moral integrity and shouted loudly, "Xiao Tianquan, You can definitely do it. I'm with you. If you die, your master, will not leave you to live alone." After hearing Wang Mang's words, Xiao Tianquan, who was already in high spirits, seemed to have taken a hit. It directly transformed into its huge body and rushed to bite the Lord of Sacrifice as if it had taken a stimulant. At the same time, the two of them changed from a back-and-forth battle to a tangle, each of them crazily unleashing their divine abilities. Moreover, because the Lord of Sacrifice and Xiao Tianquan were completely in a state of trembling. Therefore, after both of them unleashed their divine abilities, the damage was maximized. At a speed visible to the naked eye, the two of them were rapidly losing their HP and MP. In the face of Xiao Tianquan's crazy behavior, the Lord of Sacrifice who was fighting with it, he couldn't help but feel very aggrieved. He felt that he was really *ket up. He actually fought with a dog to this extent. What made him even angrier was that he could feel that he really couldn't kill this dog at the moment. This dog's strength was definitely not much worse than his. Moreover, with Wang Mang beside him, it wasn't worth it to fight with his life on the line. After all, a dog's life was too cheap. Who was he? He was the Lord of Sacrifice. He was the Lord of Sacrifice's law fragment. Thinking of this, the Lord of Sacrifice finally fought with Xiao Tianquan for half a day. The Lord of Sacrifice pulled away and distanced himself from it. This also made Xiao Tianquan, who was in a frenzy, stunned. It raised its head and looked at the Lord of Sacrifice in the distant sky, roaring angrily. "What's wrong? Why are you running? You don't dare to fight anymore? Come on, let's hurt each other. I'd like to see who will die in the end." Hearing this, the Lord of Sacrifice sneered, "I'm not going to argue with a dog." After that, the Lord of Sacrifice looked at Wang Mang indifferently and said in a playful tone, "Lucky little thing. I hope your luck is as good as always." Otherwise, then, he flew toward the distant sky. In the end, his huge body also disappeared in the sky. Wang Mang heaved a sigh of relief when he saw this. Damn, this Lord of Sacrifice was really difficult to deal with. However, Xiao Tianquan couldn't kill him at all. To be honest, if he didn't come with Xiao Tianquan this time, he probably wouldn't end up well. Thinking of this, Wang Mang came back to his senses. Then, Wang Mang immediately flew forward and looked at Xiao Tianquan with concern, asking, "Xiao Tianquan, how are you? Are you hurt anywhere?" As he spoke, Wang Mang also began to check Xiao Tianquan's body. When he saw that there were many bloody wounds on Xiao Tianquan's body that were slowly healing, Wang Mang was even more excited. As if possessed by a drama queen, he cried in grief, "How did you get hurt so badly, Sai? It's all my fault for being so useless. If only I was strong enough, how could I let you get hurt so badly? How could I let you be bullied with me?" Chapter 445. When he said those words, Wang Mang's face was filled with pain. He had an appearance of incomparable self-blame and guilt. The howling celestial dog was stunned. Especially when it saw Wang Mang's guilty look, its eyes were red and swollen. Xiao Tianquan's heart was filled with complicated feelings. Because at this moment, Xiao Tianquan had an indescribable feeling in its heart. It was as if its life was worth it. Such a master was worth it to follow with its life. "Master, it's okay. Such a small injury is no different from scratching an itch to me. Anyway, don't blame yourself. Master will definitely become stronger." In the face of Wang Mang's self-blame, Xiao Tianquan, who had transformed into a human, rubbed its head and grinned. Ding! Xiao Tianquan is extremely touched and happy to see the host's guilty and caring behavior. Loyalty +3. Current loyalty, 93. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang could not help but be overjoyed. Sure enough, the howling celestial dog liked this. Thinking of this, Wang Mang looked like he was in tears. He reached out and wiped his tears, then patted Xiao Tianquan's shoulder and said, "Xiao Tianquan, Master will definitely treat you well in the future. You will definitely be awe-inspiring." Xiao Tianquan was immediately touched and nodded. Master, don't worry. Xiao Tianquan will definitely follow Master. Hearing this, Wang Mang blamed himself for a few more words. Then, he waited for Xiao Tianquan to recover to its peak state. Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan finally began their journey again. A day later, Wang Mang and Howling Celestial Dog finally arrived at Fu Province. As for why the speed was so slow, because Wang Mang knew that the secret realm would not open so quickly. Therefore, on the way, Wang Mang focused more on familiarizing himself with Xiao Tianquan. When they entered Fu Province, Wang Mang immediately noticed something unusual. That was because there were too many Earth Immortals here. There were even a lot of Earth Immortals. The auras of all kinds of experts were mixed and gathered in this province. This allowed Wang Mang to keep a low profile and restrain his aura. At this moment, Xiao Tianquan whispered, "Master, be careful. I can sense the auras of many experts here." Hearing this, Wang Mang nodded solemnly. Together with the celestial howling dog, they rushed towards the place where the auras of the powerful cultivators gathered. A few minutes later, Wang Mang arrived at a pier near the sea. After that, he found an empty space and stood to the side, keeping a low profile. Because this was the place where many experts gathered, Wang Mang had no choice but to keep a low profile. This was because when he arrived, many experts had noticed him and the howling celestial dog. However, Wang Mang wasn't too nervous even when he was being scrutinized by the experts present. After that, Wang Mang could not help but size up the experts in front of him. The wharf was in ruins. The place was already filled with experts. At a glance, there were at least a few dozen experts. More importantly, among these experts, the weakest was an Earth Immortal. Wang Mang even saw many familiar faces. For example, the Lord of the 18 Levels of Hell, Black and White Impermanence, Oxhead and Horseface, Ingzheng, Yutian, Lord of Sacrifice, and many new faces. Among these new faces, there were also Earth Immortals. Most of them were Earth Immortals. Most of them were from the Demon Clan, the Netherworld, and the Devil Fetus Clan. Similarly, there were also many experts from the Sea Clan. What surprised Wang Mang even more was that, whether it was the experts from the Sea Clan, or the experts from the Netherworld, or the experts from the Devil Fetus Clan, to think that an Earth Immortal Realm expert had appeared. Wasn't the speed of their improvement too fast? To be honest, Wang Mang couldn't understand. How did these guys cultivate? How long had it been? It had only been about 20 days since the disaster, right? But these guys were each more abnormal than the other. He could still understand the monsters from the Devil Fetus Clan. They had a high starting point. Wang Mang could also understand the Demon Clan. After all, there were many demon clans formed from heaven and earth treasures. The Sea Clan could also understand. All right, after thinking about it carefully, Wang Mang realized that it was only natural that these guys could give birth to Earth's celestial stage powerhouses. Wang Mang was also very helpless about this. Fortunately, he wasn't weak, otherwise he would have fallen behind. Besides that, what made Wang Mang's heart palpitate the most was a young man who stood not far away from Yutian. He looked 70% similar to Yutian in appearance. This man had his hands behind his back and stood aside. Except for Yutian, no one dared to approach him. Moreover, this man's aura was much more terrifying than the Lord of Sacrifice. Wang Mang couldn't help but guess in his heart that this guy's strength had reached above the Earth Immortal Realm. If it was above the Earth Immortal Realm, then this young man's strength was too incredible. Just as Wang Mang was about to use information detection, Ingzheng walked up to Wang Mang with a smile. "Brother Wang Mang, your strength has improved quite a bit." Ingzheng's voice was filled with envy, but also a little restrained. Hearing that, Wang Mang looked at Ingzheng and said with a smile, "Brother Ingzheng, your strength is also quite strong. Now you've reached the Earth Immortal Realm." Ingzheng laughed and said helplessly, "I can't compare with Brother Wang Mang. I killed Liu Bang and Xiangyu. Now that you've broken through the Earth Immortal Realm, I guess you've reached the Earth Immortal Realm." Hearing that, Wang Mang nodded his head slightly, which could be considered as a response to Ingzheng. At this time, Ingzheng looked at Xiao Tianquan and asked respectfully, "Senior, how should I address you?" Xiao Tianquan said coldly. Hearing that, Ingzheng quickly nodded respectfully and said, "Greetings, Senior. I'm Ingzheng." Then, Ingzheng said goodbye to Wang Mang and left obediently. Because in Ingzheng's opinion, Xiao Tianquan was obviously not easy to get along with. Even though the Wang Mang he knew had come with the howling celestial dog. But he didn't know the relationship between Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan. Even in Ingzheng's opinion, Wang Mang was probably just a henchman. Wang Mang, of course, didn't know what Ingzheng was thinking. If he knew what Ingzheng was thinking, he probably wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. Because after Ingzheng left, Wang Mang's eyes fell again on the young man with the strongest aura. At the same time, Wang Mang also quietly used information detection. The next moment, the young man's information appeared in front of him. But when he finished reading the young man's information, Wang Mang couldn't help but gasp. Target: Universe God, Demon Clan, Cultivation Experience, 1998, Peak of Heaven Immortal Realm, Blood Clone HP, 2900/2900 Energy, 900/2, 900 Basic Recovery, 30% Basic Defense, for 90 Basic Attack, for 90 Divine Ability, Luck, 888 Threat Level, Destruction Achievement, second on the Global Powerhouse list. Chapter 446. This attribute. What the F***CK? This is F***King ridiculous. To be honest, when Wang Mang finished reading this guy's information, he was simply dumbfounded. He really couldn't understand. How did this guy improve? How did he reach the heavenly immortal realm? He had just broken through to the earth immortal realm. And now there was a heavenly immortal realm powerhouse. Moreover, it was a powerhouse at the peak of the heavenly immortal realm. Forget about demon Lord Chong-Lu. After all, this guy was created by him. He could accept it, but this cosmic god Wang Mang couldn't accept it. After the disaster, in such a short period of time, he had already advanced to the heavenly immortal realm. And it was at the peak of the heavenly immortal realm. This was a bit abnormal. It was simply faster than Wang Mang's improvement in strength. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but ask in his heart, "System, why did he improve so quickly? You're improving faster than me." The next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. "The world is so big. Host, you're not the only one with cheats." After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was immediately speechless. At this time, the system's voice sounded again frowny-faced, warm reminder. "The universe is too big. Host, don't be arrogant. Even the existence that created this system is not the strongest. In the boundless universe, who dares to claim to be invincible? Who dares to say that they are invincible?" All right. The system's voice once again made Wang Mang speechless. At the same time, from the system's words, Wang Mang also heard something. There was always someone better. The world was very big. Or it could be said that there were many worlds. At this time, Wang Mang suddenly discovered something in horror. This was the young and handsome universe god. Suddenly glanced at him with an indifferent expression. Obviously, this guy had already discovered his detection. To be honest, this situation had happened before. He was once discovered by the Lord of the 18 levels of hell. But because the difference in strength between the two sides was too great. But as his strength increased to the earth immortal realm, Wang Mang used information detection. If the difference in strength wasn't too great, he wouldn't be discovered by the other party. But after thinking about it carefully, Wang Mang felt relieved. After all, the two of them were almost 2 realms apart. Therefore, in response to Cosmos God's gaze, Wang Mang smiled and nodded in response. But what made Wang Mang feel awkward was that, in the face of his friendly smile, the other party simply ignored him. Faced with such a situation, Wang Mang did not dare to get angry. Who asked the other party to be so strong? At this time, Yu Tian, who had met Wang Mang before, nodded towards Wang Mang. Wang Mang nodded in response. At this moment, Wang Mang suddenly felt an incomparably hateful gaze staring at him. After looking sideways, Wang Mang saw that among the group of Earth Immortals, there was a group of Earth Immortals. He saw a middle-aged man who didn't look very tall. He looked very gentle, and his pair of straight and big ears were very conspicuous. When he saw Wang Mang's gaze, the middle-aged man was obviously a little flustered and quickly retracted his gaze. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang suddenly felt a little puzzled. Why did this guy hate him so much? Puzzled, Wang Mang used information detection. In the next moment, this guy's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Liu Bei, Soul Gatherer, Cultivation, 9,100 years, Earth Immortal. Health: 90-90 Energy, 91-91 Basic Recovery, 10% Basic Defense, 3 Basic Attack for Divine Ability. Achievement: 28th on the Wind Cloud List Threat Level. None. After reading this guy's information, Wang Mang knew why this guy hated him. Damn, this guy is actually Liu Bei. Of course, even if he was Liu Bei, Wang Mang didn't take it seriously. In fact, Wang Mang really wanted to say to Liu Bei, "Your ancestors were all killed by me. Who do you think you are?" Therefore, Wang Mang didn't pay attention to this guy at all. Of course, if there was a chance, Wang Mang didn't mind killing this guy. Just like that, Wang Mang, Xiao Tianquan, and the other powerhouses waited for 3 days. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. At the same time, Wang Mang also began to look forward to it nervously, because the time for the secret realm to open seemed to be coming soon. What was worth mentioning was that in these 3 days, more and more powerhouses gathered one after another. At this moment, the number of powerhouses near the dock had skyrocketed. At a glance, there were hundreds of them. Moreover, these hundreds of powerhouses were all Earth Immortals. Yes, even Wang Mang didn't expect there to be so many Earth Immortals. If he hadn't come this time, the secret realm that was about to open, Wang Mang probably wouldn't have seen so many powerhouses. This also made Wang Mang realize that his idea of constantly becoming stronger was correct. If he didn't constantly become stronger, or even slacked off, then he would be surpassed. After all, these guys were 2F* king hardworking, each of them cultivated as if they were flying. Fortunately, it shouldn't appear now. The number of powerhouses had skyrocketed. At this moment, Wang Mang suddenly heard the sound of the tide surging. When Wang Mang glanced over, he saw an incomparably shocking scene. He saw that in the sky, a door suddenly appeared out of thin air. This door looked colorful and full of brilliance. At the same time, many of the powerhouses present obviously also saw this scene. When these powerhouses saw the gate of heaven surrounded by clouds and mist, they couldn't help but be shocked. In the next moment, Wang Mang saw that the universe god in the lead directly soared into the sky and flew directly into the gate of heaven. Then, the Lord of Sacrifice, the Lord of the 18 layers of hell, and a group of powerhouses rushed in one after another. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang and the Howling Celestial Dog were also unwilling to be outdone. They soared into the sky and also rushed into the gate of heaven. Because in Wang Mang's view, this was obviously a secret realm. Otherwise, these powerhouses wouldn't have rushed in at the first moment. But what Wang Mang never expected was, after entering the secret realm, the scene in front of them stunned everyone. At first glance, there were green mountains and clear waters, as if it was a new world. It was worth mentioning that the spiritual chi, immortal chi, and so on in this world were too rich. The spiritual chi of heaven and earth here was simply many times richer than the spiritual chi of earth. But what made Wang Mang a little confused was that this place seemed like a new world. Was it really a secret realm? Wang Mang was not the only one at a loss. Even the strongest cosmos god was frowning. The rest of the Earth Immortals who came in later couldn't help but look at each other with a face full of question marks. At this moment, in the blue and beautiful sky of this new world, a deafening, thunderous voice filled with majesty rang out. "Welcome to my world. In addition, you can call me the Lord God. Next, you will play a game according to my game rules. The winner will be rewarded handsomely, and might even soar to the Type 4 or Type 5 realm. The loser will completely fall. Oh no, it should be that you can neither live nor die, and your soul and true spirit will belong to me. Chapter 447. When they heard the majestic voice that reverberated through heaven and earth. All the experts who had entered the secret realm were stunned. That was because those few short sentences contained too much meaning. Everyone, including Wang Mang, knew the identity of the speaker. As for the Lord God, although Wang Mang didn't know what kind of existence he was, but when he said that he could make people soar and reach rank 4 or even rank 5, Wang Mang knew that this so-called Lord God was definitely very terrifying. Thinking of this, Wang Mang quickly asked in his heart, "System, what kind of existence is this Lord God?" Unfortunately, the system didn't respond to Wang Mang's question. This made Wang Mang feel a little helpless. At the same time, Wang Mang was also a little nervous. That was because he knew that the Lord God who spoke was definitely very powerful. Wang Mang didn't even know how powerful he was, but he was sure that he was definitely above rank 5. Otherwise, how could he say such words with such confidence? More importantly, Wang Mang knew that his life was no longer in his hands. Didn't you hear what the Lord God said? According to his rules, if they played a game, the loser would be in a dilemma of life and death, and the survivor would return with a full load. Therefore, it was inevitable that Wang Mang was worried. Of course, Wang Mang wasn't the only one who was worried. It could be said that all the experts' expressions changed, and their faces were gloomy. But no one acted rashly. At this moment, the majestic voice sounded again. "Listen up, I will tell you the rules of the game next. You need to assist the people in the Lord God space to complete the same mission as yours. If you assist in the mission and the people in the Lord God space die, your mission will fail. The difficulty of the mission depends on luck. Of course, during the mission, I won't stop you from killing each other. The final rule of the mission is that there are no rules, only missions. All right, take the jade slips that I'll give you. Where's the Lord God space member that you need to assist?" As soon as he finished speaking, hundreds of jade slips flew out from the depths of the sky. These hundreds of jade slips seemed to have spirituality as they scattered in front of all the experts. Similarly, Wang Mang also had a palm-sized jade slip floating in front of Wang Mang. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang couldn't help but glance at the other experts who entered. At that moment, the other experts took the jade slips, including the universe god, the Lord of Sacrifice, and the other top experts. Seeing this, Wang Mang didn't hesitate and reached out his hand. As soon as he held the jade slips, Han Meng. This was obviously a girl's name. More importantly, this name was a name, because this name's name was Wang Meng's name. Is it? Could it? Yes. Wang Mang muttered to himself in surprise. This was because before his rebirth, Wang Mang had a classmate named Han Meng. Moreover, she had an unknown story with Wang Mang. But what Wang Mang didn't expect was, this name suddenly appeared again, as if it was deliberately reminding him. After thinking carefully, Wang Mang secretly shook his head. This couldn't be such a coincidence. If he wasn't wrong, perhaps she had already died during the cataclysm? Thinking of this, Wang Mang didn't think too much about it, and thought it was just a coincidence. At this moment, a voice resounded in the sky again. "The game has begun. Go and find the person you're assisting. When you find the person to assist, give the jade slips to the person in the Lord God space. And the mission on the jade slips is your shared mission. But before you find the person to assist, you won't know the mission. In addition, you can't change or reselect the person in the jade slips." After saying this, the majestic voice in the sky disappeared completely. Only Wang Mang and the other experts were left in the picturesque forest. They were at a loss. At this moment, Wang Mang saw that Yu Shun and Yu Tian met up and left in different directions. Similarly, the Lord of Sacrifice, the Lord of the 18 levels of hell, and other experts also left. At this moment, Xiao Tianquan came to Wang Mang's side and asked in a low voice, "Master, what's the name of the person you're looking for?" I'll keep an eye out for you. Hearing this, Wang Meng said helplessly, Han Meng, what about you, Xiao Tianquan? Xiao Tianquan said doubtfully, Master, the person I'm looking for is called Deli Reba. What? Deli Reba? Are you sure? Wang Meng's eyes widened as he asked in astonishment. Hearing this, Xiao Tianquan nodded. Yes, it's Deli Reba. Wang Meng even thought that he had misheard. But seeing Xiao Tianquan's serious look, Wang Meng knew that it wasn't joking. All right. Although he didn't know if it was Deli Reba, it didn't matter. The mission was more important. At the same time, the person they were looking for must not be discovered. If they were discovered by someone else, the other party would directly kill the person in charge of the mission. Then they would be completely screwed. At this point, Wang Meng and Xiao Tianquan looked at each other, then whispered, Let's hurry up and go. Hearing this, Xiao Tianquan nodded, then flew into the distance and went on their way together. But what made Wang Meng and the howling celestial dog extremely shocked was that this was no mystic realm. This was a small world that was not inferior to Earth. Moreover, in this small world, there were many tyrannical auras. Wang Meng felt many terrifying auras in the many towering primitive forests that he passed by. These terrifying auras were even more terrifying than Earth immortals. Master, let's leave these primitive forests as soon as possible. There are many terrifying auras lurking here. I'm afraid there are more than Earth immortals, even celestial immortals. At this moment, Xiao Tianquan, who was hurrying on, could not help but remind him in fear. Hearing this, Wang Meng nodded slightly and also restrained his aura to the extreme, then lowered his head and hurried on. Just like this, Wang Meng and Xiao Tianquan hurried on for 3 days. After 3 days, Wang Meng and Xiao Tianquan didn't know how long they had been flying. They finally flew away from the towering primitive forests and mountains and came to the foot of a mountain. Not far away, there was a place that looked like a village. But what made Wang Meng's heart palpitate was that in this village, there were several auras that were more terrifying than the universe god. For a moment, Wang Meng did not dare to be careless, so he brought Xiao Tianquan to the village entrance with him. But when he saw the name of the village entrance, Wang Meng was completely dumbfounded. He saw that there was a huge stone tablet at the entrance of the village. The words Beginner's Village were written on the stone tablet. In addition, there was a small line of words on the stone tablet. Celestial immortals and above are not allowed to enter the Beginner's Village. Violators will be killed without mercy. Chapter 448. Could this be the legendary novice village? Only those below the celestial stage were allowed to enter? Wasn't the threshold of this novice village a bit too high? Could it be that he, an Earth's celestial stage powerhouse, was only fit to be a member of the novice village here? Thinking of this, Wang Meng was also very helpless. He didn't know how strong this world was. But those below the celestial stage were actually classified as the lowest novice village. Wang Meng felt as if he had been greatly insulted. All right, even so, Wang Meng was also helpless. Even Wang Meng somewhat regretted entering the arcane realm this time. In this world that didn't seem small, it was simply too difficult to find someone from the Lord space to assist. It was no different from looking for a needle in a haystack. Moreover, Wang Meng had to do this. After all, if he couldn't complete the task, he would be finished. Or it could be said that if the person from the Lord's space he assisted was killed, he would be considered to have failed the task. Wang Meng didn't know whether his system was reliable or not, and whether it could defeat the Lord God. Because in Wang Meng's opinion, his system was definitely not weak or even very strong. However, this Lord God was definitely a very powerful character. Otherwise, how could he dare to boast that he could casually help people reach Stage 5? What kind of existence was Stage 5? In the past, Wang Meng might not know. But ever since he summoned the demon Lord Cheng Lu, even if Wang Meng didn't know, he could roughly guess. After coming back to his senses, Wang Meng nodded to Xiao Tianquan and said, Let's go. Let's go in and have a look. Hearing this, Xiao Tianquan nodded slightly and followed behind Wang Meng. It landed on the ground in an unusually low-key manner and then walked in. After walking in, Wang Mang saw a scene that made him extremely speechless. He saw that the village was like a market, and all kinds of shouts could be heard. Selling beef, a whole Earth Celestial Stage bull demon. After eating it, it's very beneficial for Earth Celestial Stage users. Only 10 low-grade spiritual crystals. Selling snake meat. Earth Celestial Stage snake meat. Guaranteed to greatly increase your strength after eating one. Only 100 low-grade spiritual crystals. Selling the best quality dragon meat separately. As long as you have spirit crystals, you can buy it. You can even buy it by the kilogram. You can buy it by the whole head. A heaven-grade divine weapon has a base attack of 200, and when used together with a sword technique, its power is even greater. The price is good and the quality is cheap. If you can buy it, you'll make a profit. The Bloodlight Escape Art. Once you learn it, your speed will skyrocket and you'll leave the dust behind you. It's a life-saving art. If you have any ideas, come and discuss the price face-to-face. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was completely stunned. That was because the peddlers were too crazy. Moreover, they were also very powerful. All of them were powerhouses at the Earth Celestial Stage. Most of them were at the peak of the Earth Celestial Stage. Furthermore, the demonic beasts that they sold were all extremely powerful. There were Earth Celestials, and even Heaven Celestials. How is this possible? At this moment, Wang Mang couldn't help but be shocked. These guys were only at the peak of the Earth Immortal Realm. But how did they capture powerhouses at the Heaven Celestial Stage? This was simply not in line with common sense, and it also went against Wang Mang's understanding. Could it be that there were more powerful powerhouses who captured these powerhouses at the Heaven Celestial Stage and then traded them with the people in the novice village? After thinking about it, Wang Mang immediately felt that this was the most likely possibility, because this was the only possibility that could explain it. Similarly, Wang Mang wasn't the only one who was shocked. Xiao Tianquan was also shocked by the scene in front of him. After all, he was only at the peak of the Earth Celestial Stage. But now there were powerhouses at the Heaven Celestial Stage of the Demon Clan. They were trapped in cages and sold like goods. This was simply incredible. Even Xiao Tianquan was a little panicked at this moment. He was afraid that he would also be caught in cages and sold like goods. At the same time, Wang Mang immediately felt that something was wrong. The villagers, who were still very lively and hawking their wares, all looked at Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan. Seeing that these people were looking at them, Wang Mang's heart sank, and he secretly became alert. That was because Wang Mang simply didn't know what kind of village it was. When he saw that these people were looking at him with surprise and astonishment, Wang Mang's heart sank to the bottom of the valley. If there were only a few people looking at them, Wang Mang wouldn't be surprised. But the scene in front of him, everyone's eyes were focused on him, which was a little strange and abnormal. My two friends, you're not locals of the village, right? At this time, a big-bellied man who was selling demonic beasts walked up and asked with a smile. Wang Mang nodded subconsciously and said, "That's right." But the next moment, the fat man patiently explained, "My two friends, if you're new here, you need to apply for a permit to enter the village. My two friends, please follow me." Hearing this, although Wang Mang didn't understand, he had to abide by the rules here. Thus, Wang Mang nodded and followed the fatty with the howling celestial dog. It was worth mentioning that this fat man's strength was very good. He was also an expert at the peak of the Earth Immortal Stage. But what puzzled Wang Mang was that this guy was actually leading them out of the village. Could it be that the place to apply for a permit to enter the village was outside the village? However, Wang Mang didn't think too much about it, because although this fat man's strength was at the peak of the Earth Immortal Stage, but if he wanted to harm Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan, he was still a little weak. After all, Xiao Tianquan's strength was also at the peak of the Earth Immortal Stage. Less than 2 minutes later, Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan had already followed this guy out of the village. At this time, Wang Mang saw that not far from the village entrance, an extremely sloppy old man was looking at him and Xiao Tianquan with a mocking gaze. Moreover, what surprised Wang Mang even more was that this guy's aura was also demon chi. This guy was also from the demon clan? Wang Mang was a little confused for a moment. This was because most of the auras he sensed in the village were from the human clan, except for the demon clan experts who were imprisoned by the human clan experts and sold as livestock. Therefore, Wang Mang was very surprised that this expert had the aura of the demon clan. He was probably the first demon clan expert that Wang Mang had not been imprisoned and sold as livestock since he entered the village. Although he was confused, Wang Mang didn't think too much about it. But just as he and Xiao Tianquan followed the fat man and were about to completely step out of the novice village, an old mocking voice sounded. If you're not afraid of death, you can go out of the village and have a look. I guarantee that you'll be captured and sold like those animals in the village. Chapter 449. After hearing this, Wang Mang, who was about to step out of the village, suddenly froze. Similarly, Xiao Tianquan also quickly stopped. In an instant, Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan were only a few meters away from the village entrance. At the same time, Wang Mang suddenly turned to look at the demon clan old man who had warned him earlier. Yes, the one who had spoken earlier. It was the sloppy demon clan old man who was not far from the village entrance. Therefore, when Wang Mang turned to look at the sloppy demon clan old man, the sloppy demon clan old man was also looking at them with a face full of mockery. Just when Wang Mang was about to open his mouth to ask, the fat demon clan old man who was in charge of leading the way suddenly became furious and roared with a ferocious face. Old dog, what nonsense are you talking about? Are you crazy? After saying that, the fat demon clan old man looked at Wang Mang and laughed. Ignore this old man, he's just a mad dog. Let's go. Before the sun sets, let's hurry up and get the permit to enter the village. Otherwise, the primordial forest and mountain range outside would be too dangerous. As he said that, the fat demon clan old man was about to reach out to Wang Mang, but Wang Mang took 2 steps back and kept a distance from him. After all, Wang Mang was not a fool. The previous strange scene and the sudden warning from the demon clan old man made Wang Mang feel very strange. Seeing this, the fat demon clan old man's face instantly darkened and his eyes were cold. Don't you believe me? If you don't believe me, then get out of our village. Our village does not welcome any strangers without a permit to enter the village. Hearing this, Wang Mang was not angry. On the contrary, he immediately knew that there was definitely something that he did not know about. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suddenly sneered. You're in such a hurry to get us out of the village. Don't tell me you're up to no good. Hearing this, the fat demon clan old man's face was cold. He looked at the sloppy demon clan old man in the distance and did not speak. At this time, it was the sloppy old man who spoke. There is indeed such a thing as a permit to enter the village. However, only human experts need to apply for it. This is not a village that the demon clan can enter. Normally, the experts of the demon clan who enter by mistake are all chased out of the village and suppressed by these fellows. Then, they are captured and slaughtered like animals. But there are strict rules in this village. You can't use force in the village. Otherwise, you two would have been caught and killed by them when you walked into the village street just now. If you don't believe me, take a look at how many villagers are following behind you. After listening to the sloppy old man's words, Wang Mang suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. Then he turned his head subconsciously and saw more than 10 human powerhouses at the peak of the earthly celestial stage, not far away. This meant that there was only one problem. The old man wasn't lying. He was just reminding them out of kindness. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt a lingering fear. If he had really followed her out earlier, not to mention Wang Mang, even Xiao Tianquan would have been finished. After all, most of the people in this village were powerhouses at the earthly celestial stage. There were countless powerhouses at the peak of the earthly celestial stage. Therefore, Xiao Tianquan wasn't enough at all. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was now trembling with fear. D***M in it. This world is too dangerous. If it weren't for the old man from the demon clan, he would have been finished. He wouldn't even know how he died. At this time, the fat man's cold voice sounded. Old dog, you'd better not leave this village. Otherwise, my father will kill you and roast you. After saying that, the fat man at the peak of the earthly celestial stage left in a fluster. He was really unlucky today. He actually met this old dog and ruined his good thing. Otherwise, after he tricked Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan out of the village, he would then suppress them with the help of the shop assistant. He would probably be able to bring them back to the village to be slaughtered and sold. Looking at the fat man leaving, Wang Mang's eyes were cold. At the same time, he was secretly relieved. After coming back to his senses, Wang Mang turned his head and walked towards the sloppy old man. He said gratefully, "Thank you for your reminder, senior," because Wang Mang could feel that the sloppy old man's strength was very good. He had also reached the peak of the earthly celestial stage. Unfortunately, in the face of Wang Mang's gratitude, the sloppy old man was very disdainful. He said, "I didn't want to save you at all. I just didn't want to see this young dog being slaughtered by them." As he spoke, the sloppy old man pointed at Xiao Tianquan. Hearing this, Wang Mang inwardly rejoiced. He was lucky to have Xiao Tianquan's help, because Wang Mang also heard that the sloppy old man was also a powerful demon dog. "Thank you for your reminder, senior. If it weren't for you, my master and I would have been doomed." Xiao Tianquan also quickly cupped his hands respectfully and gratefully. Hearing that, the sloppy old man nodded his head in satisfaction. Then, he frowned and asked, "What were you thinking? Why did you come to this village? Didn't your elders tell you? Don't enter this village or town where human powerhouses are active. Especially this kind of village where there are only human powerhouses." Hearing that, Wang Mang was suddenly embarrassed. He knew that the sloppy old man was not talking to him at all. This question was not directed at him, but at the howling celestial dog. Xiao Tianquan shook his head blankly and said, "I don't know." Seeing that, the sloppy old man was speechless. "How about this? You guys be careful. If you want to leave this village, it's best to leave when you have the confidence to do so. Otherwise, if you are caught by these guys in the village, you should know what will happen to you, right?" Having said that, the sloppy old man waved his hand, indicating that Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan could leave. However, Wang Mang was not willing to leave so easily. He still had not found out the information he wanted. Thinking of this, Wang Mang quickly asked, "Senior, I want to ask you about two people. These two people are called Han Meng and Deli Reba. Are there these two people in this village?" Hearing that, the sloppy old man looked at Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan with a face full of shock. He asked in confusion, "Why are you two little demons asking about two humans? Han Meng, is it hot in the ground?" After muttering for a while, the sloppy old man shook his head and said, "No. Or maybe I'm just an old man who is ignorant and ill-informed. How about this? You can go to the village and look for them yourselves. Anyway, in this village, these human powerhouses won't dare to attack you. But you must not provoke them. Otherwise, once they target you, you won't have the chance to escape even if you want to." Hearing that, Wang Mang was overjoyed. Just as he was about to speak, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission number 1. When faced with the fat human powerhouse's bullying behavior, swallow the insult. Mission time. Choose to receive the reward. Mission reward. 100 energy points. Mission number 2. When faced with the fat human powerhouse's bullying behavior, challenge him to a duel. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. 1,000 energy points. Mission number 3. When faced with the fat human powerhouse's bullying behavior, kill him. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. Free evolution opportunity X2. Chapter 450. When he heard the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned. He didn't expect the system, which had been silent since he entered the arcane realm. This time, it finally spoke up, and it even issued a mission. Thinking of this, Wang Mang began to ponder. these 3 missions, how should he put it? Mission 1. The reward was too little if he went for a free ride. 100 energy points was not very useful to Wang Mang. Mission 2. Take the initiative to challenge the fat man to a fight. Wang Mang didn't have the ability to do that. After all, he was only at the beginner stage of the Earth Celestial stage. How could he fight against a powerhouse at the peak of the Earth Celestial stage? This was no different from sending him to his death, all right? As for Mission 3, it was not possible to kill this fat powerhouse. Unless he let Xiao Tianquan fight, there was still a chance to kill the enemy. As for letting Wang Mang do it himself, it was no different from sending himself to death. Because of this, after Wang Mang pondered for a long time, he still couldn't make a final decision. After pondering for a while, Wang Mang could only say in his heart helplessly, "System, I choose Mission 1. Obviously, Wang Mang chose to go for a free ride. He also wanted to choose other missions, but he didn't have the ability. In the next moment, the system's voice also sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. Mission completed. 100 energy points gained. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang felt very helpless. He felt that he missed out on a lot of good things. This was 2 free evolution opportunities. This was a lot of gains. Unfortunately, he didn't have the ability to complete the mission. The only thing that made Wang Mang happy was, in this arcane realm, there were many powerhouses. If there was a chance, he could kill and devour a few powerhouses and gain a lot of energy points. Thinking of this, Wang Mang collected his thoughts. Then he cupped his hands and said to the sloppy old man, "Thank you for your reminder. I won't disturb you any longer." With that, Wang Mang left with the howling celestial dog. Moreover, this time, Wang Mang and Xiao Tianquan once again entered the bustling village street. Although many powerhouses in the village had ill intentions towards them, Wang Mang didn't care. Along the way, Wang Mang began to look around the village for the 2 auxiliary targets in the god space. But what made Wang Mang very helpless was that it was too difficult to find them. The powerhouses in the village didn't even want to see them. When they saw them, they would ask them to get lost or directly scolded. Therefore, after searching for a few hours, Wang Mang didn't find anything. Even when they asked, no human powerhouse was willing to talk to them. From this, it could be seen how much the experts in this village despised the demon clan. Just then, Wang says asterisk 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 s asterisk s asterisk s. You 2 bastards, get the hell away from me. Don't get in the way of my business. Hearing this, Wang Mang turned his head and saw a burly and ferocious middle-aged man. His eyes were ferocious, and his body was emitting a tyrannical aura. In addition, Wang Mang also discovered that the owner of this stall was obviously selling dog demons. There were Earth Immortal level dog demons, and even Earth Immortal level dog demons locked up in his stall. There were even several Earth Celestial stage dog corpses that had been butchered and were being sold. Furthermore, the howling celestial dog seemed to have an inexplicable sense of fear towards this dog dealer. It was extremely fearful of this middle-aged, burly man. On the contrary, the burly man's eyes lit up when he saw the howling celestial dog. I think you guys are looking for someone. How about this? If you hand him over to me, I'll tell you if the person you're looking for is in the village. How about it? The burly man's words scared the howling celestial dog so much that it subconsciously hid behind Wang Mang and looked at the burly man in horror. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was truly enraged. He was angry because the human powerhouses in this village were too arrogant. Judging from their attitude, they really treated them like animals. What made Wang Mang even angrier was that the howling celestial dog was so afraid of this dog dealer. This was something that Wang Mang couldn't understand. The howling celestial dog was also a powerhouse at the peak of the Earth Celestial stage. The burly man was also a powerhouse at the peak of the Earth Celestial stage. What was there to be afraid of? Of course, Wang Mang didn't blame the howling celestial dog. Instead, he looked coldly at the dog dealer and completely ignored him. Seeing this, the burly dog slaughterer flew into a rage. You 2 beasts! I'm talking to you because I think highly of you. You don't know how to appreciate favors. If I see you outside the village, I'll definitely cut you into pieces and sell you piece by piece." Hearing this, although Wang Mang was angry, he felt even more helpless. Moreover, in this human newbie village, Wang Mang and the howling celestial dog were used to being scolded. These human powerhouses were too much against the shifters. Along the way, he and the howling celestial dog were like rats crossing the street. Wherever they went, they would be scolded. Wang Mang was so angry that he didn't have any temper. Wang Mang had no choice but to turn a deaf ear to it. Then he asked the system, "System, is there any way to determine if the person howling celestial dog and I are looking for is in this village?" The next moment, the system's voice was heard. "The host's question requires 500 energy points. Do you wish to inquire?" After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang immediately cursed in his heart. This was 2F * King Shady. 500 energy points for one question. That's equivalent to 50 billion evolution points. However, after thinking about it, Wang Mang finally gave in. He really didn't want to be scolded in this barren newbie village. Therefore, Wang Mang finally gritted his teeth and said in his heart, "Ask." The next moment, the system's voice was heard. "The two targets that the host is looking for are not in this village." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang had already expected this. The reason why he asked the system was to confirm his guess. Another reason was that he didn't want to continue looking. This lousy village in the middle of nowhere was too infuriating. Now that he received the system's affirmation, he could find a chance to escape with a howling celestial dog. However, the system's voice was heard again. Ding! Detecting the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Swallow your anger. Leave the beginner village with your tail between your legs. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. 200 energy points. Mission 2. Before leaving the beginner village, urinate anywhere. Disgusting. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. 500 energy points. Mission 3. Incite the crowd's anger before leaving the beginner village and successfully leave. Mission time. Complete to receive the reward. Mission reward. 2,000 energy points. Best quality blind box, X1. Chapter 451. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang began to ponder. To be honest, was he aggrieved? That was for sure. Anyone would be aggrieved. He was an Earth celestial stage expert. But in the novice village, he was beaten up like this. Anyone would be aggrieved. Because of this, Mission 1 left with his tail between his legs. Wang Mang cannot choose it, because he was full of anger now. As for Mission 2, urinating and defecating everywhere. Although this kind of thing was disgusting. But Wang Mang was a demon with moral integrity. He definitely would not do such a thing. But if Mission 3 angered the entire novice village, although the reward was not bad, the risk was not small. Thinking of this, Wang Mang struggled for a while. In the end, he gritted his teeth and did it. When it was time to hide, he didn't want to hide. The problem was that these bastards were too infuriating. They had gone too far. He was an Earth celestial stage expert. He really could not take this line down. Moreover, Wang Mang believed that his speed should not be slower than the peak of the Earth celestial stage. Therefore, Wang Mang finally decided to take the risk. For no other reason. As a demon, he could not hide too much. You can't just keep living like this forever. Okay, the point was that although the people in this village were powerful, they were not so powerful that it was outrageous. If they were okay, he would take back what he said before. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, I choose Mission 3. The next moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Mission selection successful. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to get the reward." After listening to the system's voice, to be honest, Wang Mang had already thought of how to anger these people, but the method was a little shameless. But after thinking about it, Wang Mang still decided to do it. Thinking of this, Wang Mang whispered to Xiao Tianquan, "Let's go. Go back with me and urinate on this dog slaughterer." Xiao Tianquan was shocked. "That's not good, is it? Master, I'm a little scared of him. He is a dog killer." Hearing that, Wang Mang immediately said in exasperation, "Tell me, don't you feel aggrieved coming to this village? These damn bastards, they're treating us like rats crossing the street. Are you willing to leave just like that?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, Xiao Tianquan was so angry that it bared its teeth. In the end, the howling celestial dog gritted its teeth and said, "Fine, we'll do whatever Master says. Master, you have to protect me later. Only then will I dare to pee on them." Wang Mang was speechless for a while before nodding. "Don't worry, Master, I'll carry you." With that, Wang Mang led Howling Celestial Dog to the dog butcher's stall. "Why are you two bastards here again? Could it be that you've changed your mind?" The burly dog butcher grinned. Hearing that, Wang Mang laughed coldly, then grabbed Howling Celestial Dog and said, "Pee on him." After hearing Wang Mang's words, Howling Celestial Dog also hated this dog butcher very much. It immediately opened its pants pocket and pulled out its second brother. Seeing this, the burly dog slaughterer was stunned. What were these two bastards doing? But in the next moment, a stream of golden liquid suddenly sprayed on his face. When the golden liquid sprayed his face, the burly dog butcher finally came to his senses. You've gone too far." After wiping his face, the dog butcher was so angry that smoke was coming out of his 7 orifices. His face was ferocious and furious. He never thought that these two bastards would dare to do this. They were not taking him seriously at all. At that moment, the dog butcher wanted nothing more than to kill them both. Fortunately, he managed to control himself. This was because fighting was not allowed in the newbie village. Otherwise, the punishment would be unimaginable. If he dared to fight, he would basically die because no one was allowed to break the rules. Moreover, these rules were not set by ordinary people. They were set by the ruler of this world. But when he saw that the earth god level dog meat and even the divine god level dog meat in his stall were covered in urine, he was furious. The dog butcher was so angry that he was trembling all over. His eyes were as wide as a bull's, and his face was full of anger. "How dare you do this? You're dead meat. Don't ever step out of this newbie village, or I'll tear you into pieces." Wang Mang and Howling Celestial Dog were shocked when they heard the dog butcher's angry roar. Fortunately, to Wang Mang's relief, the dog butcher did not attack them. That was why Wang Mang was completely relieved. It seemed that this guy really did not dare to attack them in the newbie village. Wang Mang could not help but laugh in his heart, because in this way, he would be able to attack these guys without any scruples. At the same time, the surrounding stall owners clearly saw this scene as well. When they saw that Wang Mang and Howling Celestial Dog were acting so brazenly, they were even more shocked, because they couldn't understand where these fellows got their guts from. Were they not afraid that they would not be able to leave the village in the future? However, in the next moment, Wang Mang's words left everyone dumbstruck. "Fine, I won't go out. I'll pee on you every day. I'm not doing business anyway. I'm not afraid of you. Kill me if you can." Wang Mang could not help but feel proud of himself. The burly dog butcher, who had been fuming with rage, was instantly stunned. For a moment, he could not even find the words to refute, especially when he thought about how Wang Mang and Howling Celestial Dog would come to his stall every day to pee on him. He was even more speechless. He had wanted to say something harsh, but now he could not bring himself to say it. Similarly, when the surrounding stall owners heard Wang Mang's words, they couldn't help but feel shocked. Imagine if 2 monsters came to his stall every day to pee on him. How could he do business? He would not be able to do business at all. After all, who could he sell the monster meat that was stained with animal urine? He would not be able to sell it all. Thinking of this, the burly dog butcher's face turned livid, but he did not say anything harsh in the end. The burly dog butcher suppressed his anger and said tiredly, "Forget it. I won't argue with you. Just leave." Hearing this, Wang Mang was overjoyed. He knew that this guy was definitely intimidated by him. Thinking of this, Wang Meng could not help but sneer. That's it? You want to get rid of me? Thinking of this, Wang Meng said arrogantly. You think that's it? Let me tell you, it's not that simple. You'll have to pay me protection fees in the future. I'll be back in the afternoon. If you don't give me a Heaven Celestial stage monster, I'll teach you a lesson. That you're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.